Okay, maybe it's that. Oh, yo, but after for so long.
Now I've changed it to the old one, and it seems to be holding.
Yeah. Let me check to see
But
the other
now
people.
I'm afraid if I put that other one, it might go back. What it does is it drops everyone, but I could still hear you guys, but I can't add anyone back on.
No, don't put it back. You just put it maybe a board or something. Maybe don't use GBV. Just say shut down. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that the thing, yeah, has a problem.
Yeah, it's a GBV, the purple thing. The
The girls
purple.
are winning.
Hey, hey, Bonks.
Hmm?
After your live dropped, it took me to Nicole. It took me to Coco's live.
And did you join them?
No, yes, those people. They're still talking about. I mean, they're still saying people who were commenting negatively about Coco's mother, Coco's case. They were found to have to have records of the same violence and all this and all this and all this. Because the other day I remember they were talking about how we enable men to do crimes. They say men like Bongani, they are a problem to the society. Yeah, well,
Yeah, but guys, yeah, those guys must just get over that case is old.
so
But
the case is up, is gone, closed. It was not what they thought it is, but they still have got the the, the delusion. Yeah, when people are delusional. Yeah, don't be delusional. In fact, don't ever find a spot.
Stone. What was Stone? I'm a support the girls.
Oh, wow. And it's group of them there. They're having these purple profiles and they're talking rubbish about men and all these things. That's why I'm again to me now. I'm not partaking in any of these. You know, never shall I. And forgive me for this because um, pointless. People are emotional. People don't want to listen to the solutions. They want to express with matching never solve any issue.
Let's tap the screen so that this thing goes to the people we were with. It suggested to the people we were with if they're not on any other live. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe even going to add that purple color so that they can see.
Hey!
yeah, they wanna shut down the live quick because I think that purple color caused Kota ke, maybe the last person who was speaking, he came with that energy. Yo, I've got my own life. Jay, I can't be, bullied. Yeah. I was like, Batum.
I think it might have been flagged because of these people using this language a lot.
And we've
We
been
had to
begging
stop a lot of
people.
people.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I'm gonna drop people if they start using these languages. Cause what the hell? We can't be telling you use unalive, use grape, use this,
And
and
how
then
long they've been on TikTok to lose that language? Imagine.
but other lives have the color Bongani edit. Okay, let me edit on my side so that if it's a problem, they'll say drop key. Yeah. Ne?
Yeah, we can test it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yo, but une drama.
Sam.
Sam. And he says
Yeah,
Zulu. And I'm like, Lom Zulu lo engathi he plays for the alphabet team.
he does because I sensed it. I was like, yeah, it's obvious. When you highlighted it, I was like, I know. Because those guys like to be extra for no reason. I don't understand it.
Yo,
Because
extra, that guy. Yo.
like listen to this Bongani. He's saying the numbers are correct, but we don't know the intent. I think he said the reason why and how the crimes were committed. Like, how does he know that? Because an unaliving, unless it's stated on the, and usually you don't get that in crime stat. They don't tell you how the person was unalived. I don't get how they get yo, guys. And some of these people who think like this are in parliament, guys.
And then you
They
can just
make decisions. Huh?
Bongani, you can remove your board to make space, and then
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I wanted to hear more on what he had to say. It's just, yeah, the life got cut off quickly. Now we're gonna
I
test it
wanted
with
to
Kia
ask him
to
about
see
it.
if.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, I'm trying to expand. Okay, Kia just got on pause. I want to test to see if the issue is the post or the wording.
Yeah, but we'll see
Yeah,
when it drops you.
but to me it seems like the guy was triggered, man. We couldn't have a proper conversation with him. He was just triggered.
And then there's this man hating thing. And I gave him an option. We'll give them Madagascar. They can go there, all ladies, and it will be nice because if men are the problem, because what are we gonna do? Because the largest victim of men are men. So it cannot be that they are choosing the weaker gender. It doesn't equate because they are unaliving more men. So if men can't talk to other men to stop unaliving them, how are they going to stop them from unaliving women? Yo, but the logic is not there, guys. And you know what? When I'm Mbongani, my
Yeah.
worst fear is that these guys, one, they are men and they think they are right. Two, some of them are in key positions to make decisions about many people's lives, and their logic is flawed. They are adults, but they can't think. Yo,
Bongani.
Guys, can I digress a little bit?
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Guys, why are we so like I know GBV is wrong and all that, like really wrong. But why is everybody up in arms? Like, remember the reclaim essay thingy? Which we're gonna fight for like poverty and
What happened?
unemployment and all that. Like nobody was like up in arms like this, guys.
Hey, I
Like
think it's your
no
network.
no damn. Am I clipping?
Mm.
Even now.
When you say even now, you're fine.
Ah damn. Like what I'm saying, Guti, there was a movement that was like there's movement ebayiqalile to fight for like employment, poverty, and youth inclusion, and to get like
Your
free.
network is on and off.
Damn, yeah, bro. The higher ups are trying to stop me.
Maybe
Like
It's
I'm
your
drop and
saying.
network.
join again. Drop and join, Tay.
Okay, all right.
Bongani, while
Yeah,
Tay is dropping, do you
come back.
mind making space by removing the board and making space for other
wait, wait,
people?
wait, let me see the board. Lobola is what?
No, man.
Yes, Kia, you want me to do what?
Please remove the board so that other people can join you as well, just to make space.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Lobola. So you're saying
Yeti, the reason why people get triggered is they are used to going to the panels where it's a lot of women and whatever they say it makes them feel they get left for it. And when they get people who are combative against their propaganda, they get angry. When, because there is no way you are telling us about we should look at the crime based on what were reasons. So now we should be asking, what did he do first? Yeah, and of which, to a certain degree, we can agree with that. And what about men who think with most of the crime that are committed against women actually play the part? Should we still match if we have to go by his own notion of it? We should be looking at what caused the crime, because he was insinuating that we should look at what caused the crime, and he was saying what caused the crime was that the men hated on on women, but that he doesn't have statistics over to why were men committing more crime also on HR. Yeah, so guys, we are living in the last days. Men hatred is on another level of it. If women were having much more advantage over us, they would be unaliving us. They would be dropping bombs on us. Unfortunately, it's because we still have the power to majority and access to the weapons. That's why we do. And they believe what we hate them. And they want us to protect them. I mean, when these people are against these people, the first thing they scream to or they scream help for, it's they scream help to another man, you know. But then now because they're on TikTok, on their stupid bed, stupid beliefs, they believe what men are analyzing them. I mean, why are they marching? Are they not marching which men should hear them?
Yeah, because they need our help.
Then why are they saying that we hate them?
And if I may come in, Bongani, if we use the logic that they use to say when a crime is being committed, you look at the gender. And if you take that logic and then you apply it to the biggest unalivers of children, suddenly you hate them. Because the biggest unaliver of children is that
Women.
gender which is always the victim.
Yeah.
No?
Okay, right. I hear you, ne? Can we each suggest practical solutions, right? I understand you want women to stop opening legs, they must stop being single moms, but can we suggest practical solutions in relation to this march, or suggestions, given the status quo? What do you suggest happens realistically? So I'm going to start with our host, please.
Tay?
Go ahead.
Tay, go ahead. What's a
Wagwan,
practical solution
practical solution
for national shutdown against GBV?
man, I feel like it should be a march for everything, like poverty, crime, and whatever. Like this GBV thing, I feel like, hey man, like I said, I'm gonna digress. I feel like it's being used as the like the poster child for hiding South Africa's like uh flaws. And so they're making it seem like the only thing South Africa is doing is just beat women and stuff. While there's a lot more deep things than that. And so this is used to like like um redirect focus from what our politicians are doing to what's going on to like our fathers and stuff. Like for real, bro. I feel like we are pawns in this shit. Cause I remember this reclaim essay thingy was proposed, you know, for free education type shit. Like now, this GBV thing is getting a national shutdown, while we couldn't get a mere march, bro. So yeah,
Okay.
like this GBV thing, it's like what's this? A never-ending song, bruh.
Okay.
It's always used as a scapegoat, bruh. What's new about this, honestly?
Okay. No, I hear you. I hear you, Tay. I hear you, Tay. But I mean, I have a different view.
Yeah,
Hey, Baba, they must go back to their baby daddies and baby mamas. Go back to unity families.
yeah,
Pride
but
aside for the sake of the kids. And if families have a leader inside their homes, I think we won't have all these marches because men will start to lead in those households. I stand by that. Anyone else?
Um, okay, so my thing is, or my understanding of what is happening here is that it's more like you have a health issue. You have sugar diabetes, and then you get this wound on your finger, and you're crying about the finger not healing instead of addressing the whole issue, which is your diabetes. All right, back to context. We have a crime issue, all right, but there are different types of crimes, right? And GBV is the one that is given more attention. You understand? Why? Because apparently we are the weakest people, we don't deserve it. Every other person can go through crime, but when it's a woman, it's a problem. You understand? So now it's getting more attention, very much more attention. So I would say a practical solution is being realistic and addressing crime as a whole, right? Where we hold every party accountable. I'm not going to victim blame, but I'm going to say, please, please, and please, can we at least hold ourselves accountable not to get in harm's way? And then when harm comes our way, let us hold the perpetrators accountable as harshly. You understand? Regardless of whether they're male or female. You understand? Everybody is a victim of crime. A man is a victim of crime. A woman is a victim of crime. You understand? So when crime happens, let us make the consequences harsher as well. I don't know where the echo is coming from. I think it's coming from the host's mic. But yeah, that's what I think. Let us increase the mitigation plan where we stay safe, we try to practice safety, and also increase or tighten or harden the consequences that come with committing crime for all parties. And nobody must be given a special treatment. Thank you.
Hey, I have a question that I want to ask you. If you say that this thing is done because, I don't know, maybe you are the weakest as women, uh, and if you say that this thing is a crime, whereas is a crime, where is the crime happening? Because I see that this thing, it has to do with two people who are in a relationship. Maybe you can clear me there, because when you speak about crime, I think you're speaking about something that maybe someone just came, maybe someone from outside come and do something, attack, or so. Maybe you can clear me there, because I don't understand this.
Okay,
If you say it's
let
a
me
crime.
clarify it for you. First of all, I didn't say it's happening because of. I said it is getting more attention because women are perceived as the weaker ones against men. Correct? Yes. So I hope you follow me. It is getting more attention because of that, not that it's happening because of that. All right. And the second thing is that I'm saying, or the clarity that I want to give you, right? Gender based violence is not limited to lovers only. You understand? So it's not just relationship based only. It could be a man that is taking advantage of a child at school. They're not lovers. This person is a perpetrator. It could be a man shouting at a woman. It could be a man who unalived a woman during an altercation. Maybe it was even in self defense, but because the woman got unalived, it's called gender based violence. All right. Others will call it homicide. But where love is not involved, the relationship is not involved, and a person is just acting out of character or just being a criminal, as long as it's inflicted on a woman, it's called gender based.
So these things are two issues. I'm thinking two separate things. That how do we deal with this? Because I feel like these things are separate. You are speaking about somebody that's not even in a relationship, went and attack a woman, and that is a gender-based violence, right?
They call it that. It's classified as that.
But then why do we have to classify these things? Is complex, most. Why do we have to classify that? Because I feel like someone is just committing something there.
Exactly. You walk into a house, you find a woman with her kids, and then they're screaming. You don't want them to scream. You lash their heads off. It's GBV.
Yeah,
But
so
wouldn't that be murder? That's why Andile defined gender-based violence and domestic violence, and then the other categories would be attempted murder. Are we not perhaps
But Bongani,
misquoting or categorizing things that should fall under categories under gender-based violence?
also, I think also another thing that I'm seeing now, and I'm going to verify it. I'm not gonna bring it back because I'm accused of not coming back with data. Ne? Is that the data that is collected and the statistics is not the same. data is what we put in, and the stats is the predictions that we make. Ne? Obviously, we're gonna have a bigger picture where we say a man killed this person, or a man unalived this person, a man did this, and then we have this little smaller yana classes. But I feel like this GBV is inflated because all these little crimes fall in it. You understand? I don't know if maybe I'm misunderstanding crimes of
No,
passion with
no.
just it being against a woman.
You know, my sister, because you know why I say these things is complex. I even said that this thing is complex because why? Firstly, we don't know what brings. Because I heard that guy Sam say that we should not speak about it. Why the motive behind? Because even the motive behind is the one that will tell us, will justify whether it's a gender-based violence or not. Because if we're just going to treat everything as gender-based violence, then we'll have saying that men are problem at the end of the day. We'll say that men are problem at the end of the day. Because this number is keep on escalating, escalating. And wherever where a woman is being unalived, you see, there has to be an issue of a man saying men are bad, men are this and this and this and this and this and this and this, right? So you already painting the bad image about a man. Why can't we say that if it has to be a gender-based violence, it should be it should be something in between, that these people at least they have a bond. You see?
Great. No. Let me read a definition of what gender-based violence is, right, for you. It says gender-based violence is defined as violence committed against a person because of their sex or gender, right? It says it refers to any act that results in or is likely to result in physical, sexual, psychological, or economic harm or suffering, including threats, coercion, arbitrary deprivation of liberty, whether occurring in public or in private life. You've probably met a person and you looked at them and you saying, "Zokushaya wena." You're not dating that person, you're not in any relation with that person, but because they're a woman, it's gender-based violence. It's a threat.
So in other words, Kia, if I rob you at night because I want your bag, and
Yeah.
you don't want to give me your bag, and then you get unalive,
Yes.
or you're gonna put that under gender-based violence?
Physical harm, gender involved, yes.
But that's a robbery. That has nothing to do with the
And
hatred
that's how
hatred
gender-based
of
violence
women.
that's how gender-based violence is classified. Can you
Then
see?
they're wrong. Then they're
Then you're
wrong.
misclassifying it, because I might rob you tonight, an hour later I rob a guy. So is that going to be gender-based violence again as
To
well?
me, to me,
You,
the
you,
stats,
you
the
can
data that is
choose
going
the
to
Wait,
be
end
violence.
time,
captured,
wait. I
the,
want
the,
clarity on this. So
the
at 10 p.m. I rob you, right?
yes, yes,
And then at 11:30 I rob Usbu.
yes,
Because that's what I'm doing tonight, because it's month end, right?
yes.
So with your case, it's going to be gender-based
It's
violence.
going to be counted twice. It's going to be crime happened, it's armed robbery, and then gender-based violence.
And then with Usbu, what is it going to be called?
Just crime.
Uh uh
I'm telling you
uh
now.
And
I want to say something. I want to say something, right? My sister, why are you not, you as women, nikrupane ngokwenu, nitshelani iqiniso? Because I see you speak more about things that has to do with men a lot than things that you have to do. Because women, truly speaking, Bongani, I don't want to say that mina uzothi ngiyabazonda abafazi. What I'm saying, women are stubborn. Women are stubborn. For instance, ukuthi they can keep even dating a man that bamtshela ukuthi wena lo muntu lo uyabhayiza uyenza into so they can keep staying there. Why can't you form something nyana, and then you call each other and tell women the truth ukuthi, you know, there are certain relationships that you should not be involved in. I mean, lecture each other, ni educatane ngezinto ukuthi even when you are going to marriage or anything, don't expect much of this and everything, because there are women who get involved into a relationship because of finance, and they badlala ngomuntu yena uright, lo muntu kusho ukuthi yena usitshela ukuthi yena uyenza into right, and then uyu umuntu ogcina ngayo, and the woman is not there, and then after that woman chow the money and run away, and then the men think about paying back a revenge about that. These are the things that we are facing here. I mean, above addressing all these issues, we have to address what caused that. This is the problem that we have, because You can say gender-based violence. Yes, it's a man. Okay, men are bad. It's fine. They do this and everything. But you guys, what are you doing? Because all of you keep repeating the same thing. Because these things is a everyday thing. Everyday thing. And you look at the situation, they are similar. After that,
Absolutely.
it's that. Why? What makes you go to date Loyan? Teach the woman that. That will solve everything. Ukuthi bangayi bayeli in imali, going after a man, finance and everything. They should not go to clubs, drinking beers, going there, being clean, knowing ukuthi kunabantu bazobathengela ama-beer and everything. These are the causing all these things. But if you disagree with me, I don't know. Maybe me now, okay, I'm not well educated in my mind, but this I see that is the common things that I having are there, and they are becoming a problem to women. They don't want to face the truth. You don't have to go there to the club knowing someone will buy me a beer. After buying a beer, that man will want something. And if you are refusing, what will that mean? Because you drinking the beers and something, then that means that you agreed. So we are
You
only
know,
Buffett. Let's be realistic, Buffett.
logically,
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah. Chief.
logically your statement. Oh, so sorry, bro. Logically, your statement, my brother, it's sound and it's reasonable. But knowing what do you know about women, that's never gonna happen. Two, if these people are actually putting their own children at a disadvantage by being single mothers knowingly, from your uneducated women to your most educated women, you see the same thing. Degrees, PhDs, they are doing the same thing. It's unreasonable for you to think that the consequences are going to be different. You
And,
understand? And
and
on any that we do, what they will do, they will take, for example, the men that are in the top 10%, top 5%, like your athletes, your entertainers, and use them as an example. Hey, look at Nick Cannon, he's reckless. Look at Future, he's reckless. Most men are not there, but on average, most women are having children without marriage by 70 to 80%. So it is unreasonable for us to think women will just come together and say, these are the problems, and we want to solve them. There is such a thing as a victim mindset. There is that. We
wait,
have it a lot, in fact.
can I get a second quickly? Because he was asking why we don't create groups and things like that, right? And trust and believe me, I hear you very well. But there's an example where a brother unalived a sister that is given by Karabo here. How would you say these groups would help people like that end time?
I think that you see in a situation like that, right? Uh, it could be maybe that family matters, family issues. This is why we have to dig deep. Yeah, one of these things has to involve psychological and priest and everything because we solve ngendaba yethu ukuthi woman and a man. I mean, lento it is not gonna happen because there's where a social worker was supposed to be there and everything because it's a complex things on its own ukuthi mina ngizosho something uthola ukuthi there were side where lo sister lo uyima nomama akhe in a things that is not, I mean, into engazwakali something like that, and then they team up and everything, or maybe they are against all these dramas that are happening in a
I can't
family.
hear what you're saying. You made a suggestion on what women should do or could do. I'm asking you, with the suggestion, how does it fit in situations where people are being abused in their homes by their brothers per se? How would you say that would fit? That model of a solution would fit for that?
Can you just rephrase your question maybe that so that I can answer it well?
Okay, you tell me, why don't you group women, right? So that they can tell each other and kuza each other. All right? I hear you very well. They must hold each other accountable. I feel like your model is only practical when it comes to the choices that women make, especially with the people they date. But gender based violence is bigger than that, it's broader than that. For instance, we are saying there's an example of a girl who was unalived by her brother. how would your model of solution help such a person? How would we hold a girl accountable for being unalived by a brother or other women?
See, situation like that, my sister, it's very difficult to go to me now. Because in that situation where a brother unalive the sister, you
Yes.
see, uh, to be honest, you don't really know what happened,
Yeah.
you don't know what caused this. That's why I'm saying that we have family issues, and there are big issues that maybe people face a lot of disagreements and everything. But I'm not promoting a man. That's the end way of doing things, or that's the end way of a solution.
So you don't have a solution for such a scenario. In short, that's what you're saying.
Can you repeat again?
So you don't have a solution for such scenarios. In
Not that I
short,
don't have a
where we
solution,
can
but I
fail,
do
where we
agree.
can fail, where we can fail to hold people accountable, because crime happens to anyone. My chat here is that crime is not specific to gender. It happens to anyone. I could hold everybody accountable. You will still be held. You will be still exposed to crime. Yeah, I understand. That's where I'm coming from. It does not choose your gender. That's why I'm saying this GBV conversation is inflated, in my opinion. Yeah, but so instead of trying to look at, oh, you girls bad, oh, but you women must, let's address the core issue, which is crime. Yeah, but
You
Hi,
see,
Bongani.
okay,
Let's
okay,
let's
go.
let's let's rotate the panel. Zachary and then Tiri.
Hi, guys. Kia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Kia, I'm gonna say something to you and all the ladies that are in this life. First of all, we need to educate ourselves by going beyond what we are being told by scholars. As a human being, teach yourself to research and know things. Be a bit of a have insight in a topic and a knowledge that you're talking about. I'm going to speak about two things. From those two things, then I'm going to pick up to for you to understand what is happening currently in the world. There's what we call GBV. You first need to understand when gender-based violence was introduced. I'll come back to that, but keep that in mind. Before GBV, there's this thing which we call domestic violence, which people need also to understand what is the difference between GBV and domestic violence. Domestic violence, it is violence that is happening between intimate partners, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, a husband and a wife, or you can look at your lesbians and your gays. That is domestic violence happening between two people that are having personalities that are not the same. The thing with domestic violence is that the perpetrators can be brought to book, can actually be punished by the law. Let's leave that. Let's come back to gender-based violence. What is gender-based violence? Gender-based violence is quite different than domestic violence, because gender-based violence is that violence that happens from two strangers, people that don't know each other. Best example and analogy. What is happening in Sudan? What is happening in Afghanistan against those women, females, and children? That is called gender-based violence. And this is a higher hierarchy. It's a political setup that is done by politicians invading countries. And then for them to unmask the unaliving of people, they then created a name called gender-based violence. You can go and research when gender-based violence was actually recognized. It was recognized after 92. And 96, that's where gender-based violence became a thing. This is a crime against humanity. But for us now to claim gender-based violence, and while I'm talking to you, Kia, you can go to your computer or your laptop or your phone and research what I'm saying now. You can go to Google,
Find out what I'm saying. So you understand what is gender-based violence. We cannot, as South African, shout gender-based violence as if we are like the people in Afghanistan or Sudan or Congo. Gender-based violence is seen in those countries. When you look at your Muammar Gaddafi, that was gender-based violence. He was unalived. That is the perfect analogy of gender-based violence. So what is happening now in South Africa? When a lady dresses up, goes to a club without money, without a car, that is not GPV. That is reckless endangerment of your life. You are a human being, an educated person who understands that you must not go out at night. But nonetheless, you are saying independence. You are saying that because it's my life, I can do whatever I want to do. You are actually living a reckless life. You are endangering yourself. One of these days, we will then hear justice for who and who. It is because that person intentionally did the following. They took their phone, the first one, posted their life, show people where they are staying. They actually show that most of the time I'm on my own, and criminals are sitting on the web. They actually went there and attacked that woman. For those who are saying that even in our own homes we are not safe, when you go online and flaunt your house, show your location, what do you think those criminals are gonna do? They will study the patterns up until they see an opening. And when they get there, they will analyze whether you are a man, whether you are a female, whether you are a child. As long as you expose yourself, they're gonna do that. Secondly, when you dress up and go to a club, travel 15, 20, 30, 40, 100 kilometers without protection, what do you expect to happen? But guess what? We're going to come and say GBV. We're not going to look into the underlying issues. We're not going to look at the fact that this person intentionally got into their car. This now applies also to men. I might be drinking. For me to get in a car and go and slosh alcohol up until I cannot even unlock the car, I cannot get in the car. What do you think those guys that are standing outside me in an alley without people looking after me on my own driving a car, and then I just show up in front of Amapara, what do you think will happen to me? I've actually recklessly endangered my life. And with that being said, I'm gonna sum it up like this. All of those people that have actually, in one way or the other way, have actually been harmed, we cannot say it's the perpetrators who just randomly picked a person. No, everything is premeditated. There's no crime that is random. Unless they were hijacking, unless if they were doing CIT and their car got damaged, and then the next available car there, it's you. They're gonna hijack you, then we can say it was random. Unless they were doing whatever they were doing, but for you to show up at that night, we must first ask, what were you doing in an alley at 2 a.m. in the morning as a female? What was your business there? But we are afraid to question these things. All of us want to run to GPV. We don't want to run to domestic violence. We don't want to run to reckless endangerment that is done by us, where we have caused harm to ourselves. But we rather go and say GPV. And again, someone was explaining to you, Kia, saying that if a person is a thug, they go and rob people. Why is it not treated the same? Why when a woman is being attacked for being outside at night recklessly, so maybe she went with a guy she doesn't know, and the guy now wants clothes and she doesn't give it to him, he then drops her off randomly, and then somebody comes and unalive her or robs her? Why must we say it's GBV? Why are we not going back to say, wait a minute, what was that lady doing at Hillbrow at 2 a.m.? And we know this person is working at FNB as a financial advisor. What was her business there at night? Why are we not asking those questions? Why are we rushing to say men are this, men are that? Because
Zach,
I'm a man.
please summarize, right, Zachary?
Okay, so in
Close
summary,
up, yeah.
now, I've just locked the house, I've locked the car, I'm even checking the tracker that the car is fine. Why am I doing that if I'm not afraid of that there's dangerous men out there? Why are ladies dismissing the fact that there's a minority of dangerous men out there over the vast good men that are telling them to stop? I'll leave it at that.
All right. You said a lot of things. I'm not sure why you thought it was very important to address Kia and something she needs to understand, because I'm pretty sure I understand the things you're saying. But anyways, for conversation's sake, right? The one thing I heard you speak about is the difference between gender-based violence and domestic violence. I don't know what you were getting at because you said a lot of words, right? So can you just clarify for me what you're actually saying there? Because I think you got onto the conversation while it was already there and we had already gotten a definition of what gender-based violence is. But I will ask you again, what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that gender-based violence and domestic violence are two different things. Gender-based violence, it's a rabbit hole, but in short, it's a mask that is covering political shenanigans where people go and unalive women, males, and children in their own countries trying to get resources. So you can Google this thing, you'll see that gender-based violence was actually something that came to life in 1992 and then officially recognized in 1996. And the United
Right.
Nations is your best source.
Okay.
While
So you
domestic
also say,
violence, it's me and you.
wait. Please wait, because you're going to make another submission. You also say that it happens between random strangers, gender-based violence, and then domestic
Yes,
violence is between intimate parties. That's what you said.
yes,
Right. So I'm going to
yes.
read what I looked up right now, right? On the
Okay,
internet. I asked, just give me gender-based violence versus domestic violence. And it says,
yes,
gender-based violence is a broad umbrella term for any harm inflicted against a person because of their gender, stemming from unequal power relationships and harmful gender norms in society. Domestic violence is a
yes,
more specific type of gender-based violence, right? I'll read that again. Domestic violence is a more specific type of gender-based violence that occurs within a family unit or between intimate partners in the public or private sphere. So it does not rule out that gender-based violence is only limited to strangers that don't know each other or political sex.
Kia, Kia, Kia. Read gender-based violence, but underline umbrella and tell me what is the purpose of an umbrella.
Let's
It
give
is,
others a
I was
yeah,
gonna
please
bring that up as well, but let's give it to Teddy and then
let's give other people a chance.
Teddy, Andile, the clone, and then we'll go to Mr. T, and then enter.
Hi everyone. A lot of things I wanted to say were covered, but my question is, why is unaliving the solution? That is my question. You know that you're gonna meet someone you don't know, you're gonna buy them drinks, you're gonna expect something and they refuse. Why is unaliving the solution? I think that's what the problem is.
Because there will always will be bad people. That's why we have prisons.
But do they go to the reason why there's a march is because of these people are not being held accountable and they keep doing it and doing it and doing it.
Yes, but if they keep getting away with it, they'll keep doing it.
That's why we're having a march. But my question is, why is it the solution? Why do men choose that as a solution? Because if you
Because
look at all these problems, the only solution they have is unaliving the next person, especially women.
because bad people will always exist. I don't know. I think we're going in circles. Like they guys, they will. We can reduce bad people, but we can't um,
can't stop
erase
them.
them. We can't erase them completely. So as long as we can't erase them completely, it means that you're gonna have to be mindful when you go out that leave room that out of 100 guys you meet, there will be 5 bad people, and vice versa. Out of 100 women that you meet, there might be 3 women that you invite over your place, and they'll drug you and steal everything in your house. and even grape you, you know.
Oh,
So
quite great.
they are bad people from both genders.
But who does it more?
That's okay. We can go into detail who does it more. The point is, even for us men, we are very wary about bringing a stranger back to our place on the first night, because was tomorrow morning she might ask for 5K, and if I
So,
don't pay, then they're gonna play with my ass in prison. So there are generally just bad people in society on both sides. So the idea is we need to try and protect ourselves.
so was I right when I was saying I think a lot of men have a problem with this march because of they don't get stood up for. They are not
No,
recognized. They are not
no,
listened to.
no. Tina, we don't have a problem with the march, but we are saying, shouldn't we be addressing the bigger issue, which is violence? This country is dominated by violence. There are violent people.
So you don't think the march also addresses that?
It's only addressing a specific group of people, which is not the majority of people that are being unalived if you look at the numbers. So we'll do this march, which is fine, but we still need to come back to reality that tomorrow we're going to see 3 males unalive, or we're going to ask which gender are they, and if they're male, then we're going to ignore.
So I was right when I said that men are not stood up for, men are not listened to. I think that's a problem.
No, we are saying unaliving is wrong regardless of the gender. So let's just address it there.
Okay.
Basically, what we are saying is
The
let's
problem is just the violence.
unaliving.
Okay.
Because
Le-
if we address the majority, let's say we address the males unaliving, guess what happens to the females unaliving? It automatically gets addressed without even doing this much, which only addresses females and kids. If we address 50% of male unaliving, it has a positive outcome on the female unaliving. But if we address the minority, which is a female unaliving, and we leave the bigger unaliving, which is males to males, tell me, would that have the same impact? No, it wouldn't. So we are saying instead of addressing the smaller percentage, we are saying let's just address everything under this umbrella, which is any unaliving. Let's go to Andy, the clone, Mr. T.
Yeah. So, there was a couple of things I wanted to address back when I joined. But now that we're here, there's a couple of things I wanted to read to you guys, understand? And these ones, they were backed by Stats essay, but they were done by the essay DHS, right? So I think, T, you'd find this very interesting. Ubongani, what he was saying sounds like a joke. You understand? When he says go back to your baby daddies and blah, 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 blah. It sounds like a joke. But according to this can the echo? Oh, okay, yeah. According to this, to this stats, guys. So this was actually checking physical violence, which is like the beatings, and then it was also checking sexual violence, right? So between the two, it was discovered that the highest people that experience this physical violence in this essay are actually divorced and separated women, right? So these ones have the highest physical violence and sexual abuse. So guys, do not divorce, because you'll be opening yourself up to being part of these people. You understand? Second thing is people who are living together, you're just cohabiting. You understand? So you guys are also at the risk. Third is the widowed. Fourth is the people that were never married, and the last was married. You understand? So marriages have the lowest physical violence and sexual violence. You understand? So this is why I was saying, guys, get married. You understand? You are less susceptible to these things when you're in a marriage than when you are divorced or never married, widowed, or cohabiting with people. You understand? So marriage is, they were not joking, or the Bible was not joking, or our forefathers were not joking when they were taking marriage seriously. You understand? Because it's shown that people who are divorced or separated have the highest um, physical and sexual violence to them. And then there's this thing that people like to say, I was reading on it now, on who actually commits these crimes. You understand? So number one, it's actually unknown person at 28%. So random people, you understand? Just random people you don't know. And then number two, it was friends and acquaintances at 22%. And then you'd have the spouse, which is like the husband and the intimate partners at 15%. And then the relatives come forth. So brothers, sisters, uncles. And then it says other. I don't know who other is. It doesn't specify. And then a mob is last. So again, guys, this shows you, because when they say that it's people they group friends, they group spouses, they group relatives together, and then they say assaults always occur to people you understand? So they don't even divide it. So the biggest danger to a woman is not the husband, actually. It's the male friends, you understand, that they have around them, and the random men out there, you understand? So yeah, I just thought you guys would find those numbers very, very interesting, uh, especially in this topic. And then I just wanted to say that if you realize that whenever a woman unalives a man, they never consider it GBV. Don't you find that funny? You understand? You could see, why is it not GBV? They just classify it as it's an unaliving that occurred. But every time it's the opposite. It's straightly dumped to GBV. There's not even any reason why or whatever. Even with the ladies, they try to explore their reasons about it. Discover that, she wanted insurance and this and this. Oh, this guy actually cheated and this happened. But with men, it's just straight GBV. Why don't they do the same to women and just classify it as GBV? But anyway, I'm going to let you
Andile,
share.
just to back up what you're saying there, ne? So you guys remember there was a gentleman, I think he was from Soshanguve. He was unalived by his girlfriend. I think he was 30 years old and the girlfriend was like 22 years old. So what happened was he was unalived, then he was posted on, what's that page? Women for Change. And then after being posted on Women for Change, the comments, it was crazy because there was women there complaining, oh, why is a man being posted on this page for Women for Change? Why is he so special that he is posted on this thing? So it answers your question as to why when a man is unalive, they don't consider it as a GBV, because nobody cares about men, my dog.
And Clown, don't you find it funny that when Women for Change was saying that, can you please boycott Chris Brown? You understand? All the women ignored that request, and they went and filled up that stadium. It was sold. The majority of the people there were women. I just find it funny that they are picking and choosing which fights they want to fight, which is why we can't partake as men. You understand? We're just gonna stand and look for the side from the sides.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me try to make a
Clone, it's
submission.
your submission, yeah.
Yeah, so good evening to the panel, the host and the panelists there. So unfortunately, Andile took my talking point. I was gonna talk about what's this, the main cause of these intimate partner violence, and I wanted to say, like, I have three little sisters. One is uh one is still in school. The two others have graduated. So there was a time whereby I was talking with them about not being pressured by their peers into going into a certain lifestyle and doing it at whatever cost. Because I was talking to them, Hore, I understand the pressures that you're going through, whereby your peers are popping bottles every week, your peers are going on vacations every week, your peers are doing one, two, three, and they're having a very lit lifestyle, and their Instagram feed looks nice. And you guys, on the other hand, your Instagram feeds look dry and stuff like that. And I was telling them, Hori, don't fall into that temptation and don't fall into that pressure, because you do not know what those people have to do in order to afford that type of lifestyle. There are things that those people do behind the scenes that are very compromising, and don't allow those people to sleep better at night. The things that they do, they keep them up at night. They can't even look themselves in the mirror, stuff like that. So I'm mentioning this because I wanted to talk about how we are ignoring the fact that one of the causes of these unalivements is a bad choice of partners. I think that is something we haven't addressed, or I haven't heard anybody here address, because one thing that I've noticed is that you would find a woman dating a dangerous partner. She has been told by the community, or this guy is dangerous. He beats up his girlfriends. You would find that the parents or the family members of this girl, they tell her, Bona, Ntombi or Mpo, stay away from Muto. That person is abusive. And you'll find that the girl in question does not want to listen to the advices that the parents and the community gives her. You'd also find another group of people whereby they enjoy dating dangerous men, magudzumela, wabon, inkabi, wabon, so that I address both coasts. You'd find that they find pleasure in dating these types of men. They don't even care how these men, and like they know how these men make their income, but it doesn't bother them. As long as the money keeps coming in, Bonnie, they are happy. And it is these very same women that tomorrow there will be a hashtag for them. Because one thing that I do, when I see a person unalived, let's say on Facebook, and they mention the person that unalived them, I go to that person's Facebook and I look at them. And I'm like, there is no way this girl dated this guy and there was no red flags. You can see this guy has tattoos from the crown of his head to the soles of his feet. You can see how this guy, he's always speaking in a certain manner. Wow, you can tell or stuff like that. And then you're like, so you're telling me that this lady saw this guy, this beast of a man, and thought this is somebody I can spend my life with. And then there was nowhere in the middle of that that she saw red flags. It's impossible. So, uh, ladies, are some belief. This is coming from a guy who has little sisters, and not only is he telling you these things, but he also tells his little sisters and gives them advice about certain things. Ladies, please be careful and intentional with the men that you choose.
Hi, my
Do
brother.
not. Wait,
Easier
wait.
said than done.
It's not easier. It's easy right through, and I can tell you why. It's a culture. All bad things, most bad things that occur in society can be narrowed down to a culture. There is a growing culture amongst women to glorify dangerous men. Yes, it has always been there in the past, but now it is growing. Go under any so saying, go under the comments of any picture whereby they post like a guy is posting the proceeds
The
of a
clone, I'm
cash in
gonna have to
transit
move to
heist. Yeah.
the clone. The clone. I gave you 3 minutes. I took it up to 4 minutes, but I need
Oh,
to.
hey, my guy, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I wasn't looking at the timer. Sorry, let me just
Yeah.
put it like this. Girls, just pick better partners. Hold your friends accountable. I know that some of you, you know friends or you have female cousins or relatives who date dangerous men. Khalemelang batho bao, so that tomorrow their blood is not on your hands. I've said my piece.
Okay. If I may.
Mr. T, did you submit before I open up the
Yeah, yeah.
panel?
Let me just submit here, Bongani. Uh, Utsidi again raised the very topic that I said. If you're going to look at stats, or okay, let's say if you're going to look at who's doing the crime in terms of what gender is committing, it's fine. Let us look at it from that way. But she left, unfortunately. But let's look at it that way. Again, I'm going to say the biggest unalivers of children are women. Biggest unalivers of children. If we're going to look at things like that, nothing is going to get solved because people run away from the numbers when the numbers don't agree with what they are saying. They run away and then they say, yeah, but it's still men who are committing this thing. Let's look at unalivers of children. I agree, it's men, yes. But now let's look at the unalivers of children. Even before they are born, who are the biggest unalivers? Not men. When they are before birth, after birth, still the unalivers of most children are women. But I wanted to come back to solutions. Kia said us we must all talk about solutions because it's easy to talk about negatives anyway. Solutions, Bongani said it. One of the biggest problems we have in South Africa is not inequality. It is not all these things which we talk about, even unemployment. It is the family unit has been broken. If 80% of children are growing without their fathers in the home, that's a huge problem. Because we know single mother household breeds only delinquents and mischievous activities. That's the the political stuff and the economy and everything can all follow after we have corrected this big problem. Because you can have all the money in the world. If you come from a dysfunctional household, you will exhibit dysfunctional behaviors. And the last one, my brother, you're still hopeful, clone. Me, I'm not that hopeful, my brother, that women will ever correct each other. Because if Kia is correcting one, they will call her a pick me and they will do all sorts of things to her. She may make sense, they don't care because this victim mindset. That's why I also when Gwebe talks about we're perpetual victims, we've addressed this. Black people, we should stop always being victims because our women are also these victims now. Everyone is a victim. No, 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 no. We all make our choices, and you choose who you make children with, and I think people should accept that whether they are good or bad, you chose them. And one last thing, women have always liked bad boys. Ever since the beginning of time, bad boys, kings, players, rulers, they've had the most women. That's what women like. Bad boys, pretty boys. Thank you, guys.
T, this
We, if people are gonna choose bad people regardless of what we say, and they choose the bad partners to make children with, then that means you shouldn't feel sorry for them. Then there
But
shouldn't even be a hashtag. We should just leave
wait,
them
guys,
like
guys.
like that.
There's
If we're
one
honest.
person who hasn't submitted. Then I can open up the panel. Honor.
Yes, greetings, guys.
Greetings.
Yes, Mzansi. Have you ever asked yourself? I mean, do you guys, maybe all of you, have any understanding of why some of the things catch the light of media, or maybe catch the consensus of the bright spot of the news affairs or whatsoever?
It's a business.
Do you think that this thing of Dudula was literally a thing, or maybe it was a cover up for something much bigger than we know?
Probably.
Do you think that this thing of Ulukujanu Nang Balo is Ungizwe, and his thing of abagay wara 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 was a cover up, or maybe it was just a thing.
Could be a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence. It does. He's a sucker. Uyislabi, uthanda imali. He was yabona when I mean with that thing angizwe ngaleso sikhathi. It was only about money and he was being used because we now know ukuthi at that time ngizwe mchunu was all about blah 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 these things kanjalo ama homosexuals blah blah. We now know what our stupid king, but she's not my king. Lo Mrs. Zulu, that gay motherfucker. I'm sorry to say that.
Let's not
Ukuthi,
friends.
yeah, no. Wait. No. I'm coming. Wait. That guy, he signed my deals with my enemies. Wait. He signed in. What do we know? He was signing that pan. You know, now we are busy saying, gays should go. Gays, yeah.
Wait,
Uplifting.
I
Okay,
hear
my
you.
now,
But the
now my
topic is on.
let's talk about this. Why now in the GVP? Why now? That's my only question to you guys. Why now? Because GPV has been always there, and the unang uban kusamlingani le kusamyasho na kabuhlungu bulawa umfolo has been always there. Khona umfana olikhona na ngwadubula intombazana oyiphoyisa has been always there. Everything in the GPV has been always there, guys. Why now?
I don't know. I can't pinpoint why now, but clearly there might be something that you're not aware of. Do you know why now? Do you have any?
Can I come in quickly if he's not coming up with fallacies? Can I come in quickly?
Yeah.
No, mina angizami lokho nankhiya ukuthi lento I mean the movement of GPV is not okay or no, I'm not trying to say that. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Vele it has to come to a stop. But have you asked yourself ukuthi why now? Because njengamanje mina I'm telling you ukuthi uTransnet is gone because Transnet has signed a 25-year deal with the amakhampani angaphandle.
Yeah.
Ngapha kanjalo
No, but we can't be
wait.
talking about that. That's another topic.
Angivirus no angithule bafethu kodwa ngiyaqhubeka ngikhuluma kodwa mina bengifuna ukumbuza lo ukuthi every time there's something in the light of inangi media and social media blah blah nani kanjalo just know ukuthi in the back of that I mean of that something that is up there there's always an agenda ephushwayo ukuthi nina eningama citizens noma mhlambe nina ningamalokhujana kanjalo ukuthi ningaboni ukuthi kwenzakalani. Next time njengamanje uzozwa kuthiwa khona i-law esesayiniwe inangi ivunyelwe iphalamende igxiviziwe uRamaphosa wenze ukuthi nokuthi ngekudala manje uzozwa or something ezokwenzeka nina nizozwa ngayo sekulate yabo but ke sifine ke ngaqhubeka ngikhuluma ngako mina to look to say about i-GPV. Yes, i-GPV ingavala into eyodwa emhlabeni esiphila kuwona. If nje i-economic system ya-South Africa ngaba right sebe right yonke into zingabe zibe ngconywana hambe China njengamanje China kanjalo i-sustainable yayo yonke into kanjalo ngeke uze indaba zokushona kwabantu hambe e-USA bayasebenza abantu bakhona ngeke izindaba zama-GPV hambe Russia nothing like lawo country GPV is more because of financial economic system la country yethu kanjalo. People are stressed, people are hungry, people are wathiwa kanjalo. Ngeke ungitshele ukuthi wena uyiphoyisa uhola u20 uhola u20 blocks mawulo lo 20 blocks lo kontombazane ezokufuyela uyivuka 3000 bese yakchithela kanje xonto ngizojabula kube le mali ngisebenza kanzima. Obviously
no, we've heard you, bro. Let's give it to Kia. Let's see if he agrees with you.
Yeah. Iloko nje adinga ukusho ukuthi bafethu anike nivula amehlo mhlawumbe kulinye isathu nike nibuke ukuthi what is the behind the curtain yabo.
Sure. Kia?
What is amalokuzana? People were asking in the comments there, what is Amalokuzana?
Yes, I'm sorry, man. Anything, anything. Lokuza. Fuck it. It's not my
No,
ngumZulu
I
lutho.
know what you mean, brother. I know what you mean. Kia?
Right. So I think I wanted to answer the whole thing of why this uproar now, right? Of course, people have different ideas behind it, but I think every time there's a trending or big story of unaliving of women or some great violence that is committed against women, people tend to march and do these demonstrations that show solidarity and that want to put a stop to it. Because I remember Likwekwe, there were marches around, because they were really unhappy about what happened to the little girl. So now again, the two ladies in Parking Mami Lodi, it's just recent, and I don't know if this movement was already planned, but I feel like it's really it triggered that, and that's why we're having such marches again. I feel like every time there is a big story about a woman that has suffered some crime or injustice, women come together and they do these demonstrations.
Yeah, can I just correct you there? Ne? Uh, Back when Chris Brown came to South Africa, uh, Women for Change got in uproar. They got some sort of vavavoom, and they wanted to protest uh, Chris Brown because international eyes were on South Africa because of the presence of Chris Brown. So now that G20 it's coming to South Africa, the eyes of the international community are on South Africa. Hence, Women for Change decided to do this march now. That's the reason why. It's because G20 is coming to South Africa, so they wanted to bring the international audience to see what is happening in South Africa, according to them.
And,
So, yes,
and funding.
it was planned ahead, but it was only planned because of the international community. The Women for Change basically wants to be seen by the international community. Let me just put it like that.
Yeah.
Can I
Mora?
add something there? Bongani, can I add something what
Wait,
Clone is saying?
Zakaria. Mora joined and then he left. So let's give him a chance to submit.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, guys. When I joined first, right, I wanted to point out that the issue of gender-based violence against women, especially by men, is a legitimate crime, right? And it doesn't stem from South African democratic dispensation. It stems from the days of colonization since about 1652, right? And we all know that the hierarchy of oppression through colonization was based on gender. Therefore, they had to bring patriarchy to Africa. And we know, and we can all agree that before colonization came to Africa, there were no such systems put in place to oppress black women in particular, and colored women, Indian women, and so forth, right? So, if we're going to legitimize the struggle of black people and we want to ignore the struggle of black women, then we might as well be hypocrites, because no one can actually legitimize the struggle of black people without acknowledging the struggle of black women and children. And therefore, if we are to acknowledge these two, then we have to acknowledge the fact that the system we currently live in oppresses women and children in so many different ways, even outside the economic participation, right? And therefore, I entered and I listened to that. Even men on the panel, like the clone, they agree that there are these elements of men
that are predatory to women, and therefore they have to go to platforms online and warn women about these men who are dangerous, right? But I haven't heard of any submissions that warn women, that warned men about predatory and violent women, right? Not because they don't exist, but because in large numbers. We all know that the people who usually inflict violence, even on men, are usually men. Now you can imagine those people who are capable of inflicting violence on people who are capable to defend themselves. What about when they inflict violence on children and women, right? So I don't think we can have a discussion and a conversation where we want to argue who actually inflicts violence in our society. And therefore, if we want to attend to those issues, we have to go to the preliminary causes of that, and therefore we have to go to a boy child and we have to attend to that, right? Perhaps the conversation could be, who is raising these young boys? Where are their fathers, for instance, right? And what are those who are raising these young boys are getting wrong, and why are those fathers absent, right? And I think that would be a genuine conversation. But for us to come online and paint as if that this thing of men violence against women does not exist and it only exists in our imaginations is actually disingenuous, and it's actually depriving and crippling of the conversations that we as the society want to have in order to address solutions. And therefore, if you are like the host, I think the host's intentions wants to address the solutions, and if we are actually want to address the solutions, and therefore we have to go to the childhood of these animals in our societies, and we have to say, yes, as the society we've got wrong A, B, and C, and part of that is that we didn't raise these kids as men. We left homes, we went outside, we went to do this, and the women who were left behind, they actually took their injuries to these young boys. And this is why now we have seen monsters in our society, and therefore we need to correct this problem in our society, which is driven by men violence, and each and every stats, right? Even if you look at how much more does a man dies, right, in a day, you will find out, for instance, on an aliving of a man, there is a man involved in each and every one of the case, either as a hitman or as the person who's calling hits, right? And therefore, we have to acknowledge that. And so that we have to be honest with ourselves, especially as men in Black societies, that yes, we've been absent. For instance, if you're a Black man in this life, you have to ask yourself why in your own family you have more Black grandmothers than Black fathers, right? And therefore, if we are to address those problems, we'd find out, for instance, like your father is not.
Wait, more. Your time is up, but
Okay.
let's also be practical here, because I see you putting a lot of emphasis on men and not women. Yet, in your beginning of your submission, you insinuated that these are relationships. So these are not one-sided relationships. So there's a woman, there's a man, they get into a relationship. So it can't be now just because a child is raised by one, the insinuation falls mainly on the man. Some women are horrible human beings, and some men can't stay in abusive relationship, and that could also be vice versa. So blame shouldn't be put on one, or it's heavier on the one than the other. The relationship is just complex on its own. That's why ideally I would say kids must be produced in marriage to avoid all these complications. Lentom Jolo is creating more chaos than giving us solutions. Zachary, you wanted to say something?
Am I going to get, before
Yeah, host.
Zachary, am I going to get right of reply to what you've just said?
Yes, you can. That's why
Okay.
I wanted those that picked up their hand to say there's. I wanted to
Okay.
clear the submissions, and then we can engage.
Okay, sure.
So, guys, we're
Yeah,
keeping it short now. I'm not going to be doing these long submissions in 3 minutes. We're just going to keep it short, answer questions, ask questions, and then we rotate.
yeah. Host. There was something that was spoken about the issue of the march, the shutdown that is being proposed. Guys, you have to understand that money makes the world go round. You need to look at the Women for Change. Women for Change. There is somebody sitting, a CEO, a director, CFO, COO. There's board of trustees. So where there's money, the people will always pretend like they care. Remember, with this all unaliving of women now in the country, and this is part of the solution that people need to understand. When there's an unaliving of women now, these guys, they show up. Why are they showing up? It is because they write proposals to international organization and international funders, and they are given funds to run these campaigns. So as long as they're gonna make money, they will pretend as if they care, but they don't care. Why am I saying they don't care?
Yes,
It
but
is because
Zakaria, you can't do a submission. We've already done that.
no,
So
I'm not making a submission. I'm saying to these guys, how do you know they don't care? There are no solutions. They are busy proposing march after march, march after march. There's no memorandum. They don't even question the status quo. So I need people to understand that don't trust any NGO, NPO. They are not for you, ladies. They are not for you.
okay, cool. Any other questions? End times, T?
Sure.
I have a question.
But the question is that
Yeah.
i-question esinayo ukuthi nina niyabafazi, why do you have bad influencers babe phambili yibo abarepresenta women? I mean, you find like women that are being praised by women, and then uthola ukuthi abafazi abantu abalandelelayo, some of the profile pictures abantu abanabo is these women who go to podcast, they check their lifestyle ukuthi injani, they speak about blessers and everything, BBL and everything. How are we going to solve these things? Because oqala i-BBL is made for ukuthi umuntu ayenze imali. You are making those things in order to attract men. Yabona ukuthi even the motive it's wrong. Guys, nalento ukuthi umuntu omlandela your role model and everything. I mean, these people should change their role models and start to think about people who are realistic in this life, because
Yes, but in time, back in the days, role models used to be parents. Now we've got mostly single households. So it kind of makes sense why young boys and girls are looking externally for role models. So we have to look at what's happening in 2025. There's more single households.
So manje abosindi makhathini bafunani ke?
I don't know who's Cindy McCartin.
Okay, there are a
That's
lot of
what
women.
Mbudlani intombazane.
Abosien bafunani?
Ocean Beauty.
Bafunani kuphi?
To the young woman, you know, this woman must be banned on
Wait,
platforms
bafunani kuphi?
to be there in front of women, because they speak
Where
things that
should they
other women will
exist?
follow.
They're on social media like everyone
That's what I'm
else.
saying. That's what I'm
Where
saying.
should
They
they
should.
go?
No, that's what I'm saying. Because these people, they're going to speak things that are not realistic to other young children, and these children
Who's
they follow
inviting
them.
them?
Yeah,
Who are the
that's what
hosts
I'm
of this
saying. That they
podcast?
should be
Wait,
denied. They should be
who is
denied a
hosting
space.
them? Is it not men hosting them?
What?
Yeah, it's men.
So, utini, bruh?
Bruh.
And men are paying the price.
Yeah.
Wait, bruh. Like uyambona naye ukuthi unjani? Uyambona
so
ukuthi
we
unjani? Abalaleli labantu mfethu. Ngithi this woman should be denied the space to go to the platform and preach unrealistic world to young women who's going to
But
live
denied by
the
who,
world.
my brother?
Eh?
This woman was invited at a high school, at a primary school or something,
Bruh.
by a whole
Ngibonile vele.
principal. So these are the men leading our schools. They're inviting such people
We should
to
not
be
have
role
such men
models.
if it says so. We must have a
Yeah,
rule
but
of law.
that's what I'm saying is that the men who are leading
Madam
or
Fetch, awungitshele
promoting
wena,
such things.
awungitshele mfethu, umuntu one-BBL, what does uyenzani abantwana abancane? Mfethu, awungitshele, I'll be realistic now, mfethu. Maybe I'm poor-minded mina ke.
Maybe hers is
Angeke
natural,
esikolweni.
my brother. I don't know. I've never dated her.
Their bigger influence is on the social media platforms, which is free for everybody. You understand? They might not even need to go to any podcast, but they will have 1 million followers on TikTok where every child is there. So what exactly are you saying?
Every channel. That's what I'm saying, Guti. These people should deny every platform. Uguti. If there's somebody,
No.
woman,
No, it
Bongan,
won't.
okay, Bongan, you have a dynamo platform, Guti. They should not go and preach such things to young women. If you say no, okay, ushukuthi baqhubeke bayenze lento le. Women
My
that
brother.
respond.
Wait, guys. We're here to ask questions and get answers.
Yes.
T, do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question for Mora. Is it Mora?
Yes.
Mora said, why are we arguing? It doesn't exist. Can you give me clarity who here argued that HGBV doesn't exist or something like that?
Mora?
So can I reply to everything?
No. Specific question.
Specific question. We're doing
And
questions.
I also want to reply to your insinuations, host.
Okay, answer the question and then you can, keep it short though.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah, I'll first answer you, T. Yeah, I'll start with you. Right. When you have a panel that is delusional on the facts of GBV,
No.
right?
Ooh.
Listen, please listen. If you're going to ask a
Mzansi.
question, then have patience to
Mzansi.
listen to
There's
an
no
answer.
need to talk like that though. Just relax and talk.
Honor, do you want to say something?
No, guys, no. Honor, I allow free speech. So there's nothing wrong that Mora has said. Delusional
Exactly.
is there's no offense to that word. You must
There's
continue.
no offense.
If you're delusional, you're delusional. There's no offense
If you're
about
delusional, you're delusional.
that. Continue, Mora.
Exactly.
God, you didn't answer my question, Guti. Because I asked you a question. Now you're going to more.
Wait in time. I'll come and address your question. Mora is cooking here. Yes, you are saying if you have people on the panels who are delusional, continue, my brother.
Yeah. If you have people on the panel who are delusional to a point where they make comments such as, but this GBV, right, especially towards women, does not exist, right? And more men, and there's a guy who made this submission, I just forgot his name. More men are actually unaliving at a higher rate than women, and therefore it's disingenuous to make that call, right? And I'm here to say that even those more men who are unaliving because of other men, right? And therefore, when women die at a higher rate, especially being unalived by men, because if you're going to look at who's being unalived more, then you also should look at who's unaliving more, right? And then we're going to get a picture, right? As much as you're going to get, for instance, a man who's going to unalive me as Mora because of my free speech, right? And wants to be emotional and unalive people. And then we have to sit down and ask our questions. Who's actually unaliving people because of their emotions, right? It's usually men who are unaliving people because of their infidelity, right? It's usually men who are unaliving people because of their dishonest cheating, etc., right? And those are the things of the heart. They fall under a
Bro, can you
category.
please answer the question? Don't move around. Obatla khona mo sekeleng. Answer the question. When did we insinuate that there's no GBV?
I've just said there's a guy, I don't remember his name, and I'm laying to you which points he has made, right? And if you're going to want to come in while I'm making a submission, At least the only thing you can do is that to say to
You,
me that submission has never been done, right? And I would hear that argument and say that no, you didn't hear that submission has never
But
been
Mora,
done.
we're doing questions and answers. We're not submitting anymore.
you're not submitting because now it's gonna take a long time. Other people want to also ask their questions.
While I'm
So
answering a question, I'm speaking about submissions before.
yes,
Are we not?
question.
Are we
But
not
listen,
on? Are we also not allowed to refer to
listen,
submissions that have been made by the panel?
Yes, but we're
listen.
answering questions.
Yeah, I'm answering. I never said I'm making a submission. I'm saying there's a guy who made a submission.
Listen, when I ask you who did this, is to say it's
Who's
Andile.
this?
You don't
First
know.
of all, what is this? Is this not a submission? When
You
you're
make it
asking,
wrong. I can't answer
listen,
other.
T.
Fine, let's
Listen,
move
T.
on.
Listen, T.
I want to ask another question. So you talk about grandmothers.
Guys. Athi sibuza ama question again. So
Andile has been on the line, guys.
Another
Yes,
question.
Andil is next, but
Okay,
I
you
want
can
to
ask
finish the
another question,
questions.
T. Akir Mora
Yeah,
was answering, so it's
yeah,
Andile's turn. He'll come back to you.
yeah. It's fine. He said we must ask a question. Why our grandmothers? There are more of grandmothers alone than whatever. Most men die earlier than women. Women pass away before their wives. This is a common thing. This is a well-known thing. Most men die unalive prematurely by natural death or otherwise. So what does that have to do with GBV?
Listen to me carefully and listen to the context one more time. The only reason I raised that point is because I was speaking to absent fathers. And if we are going to speak about the general information is that 67% of black children are raised by single mothers, right? And therefore, it's only logical for you to assume that you will have more mothers and grandmothers who are present, let alone who's passed away or not. Because if you are going to say that, we all know, right? The reason most people in this panel that they didn't grow up without a father, it's not because their fathers were dead, it's because their fathers were not available to raise them. And they made that conscious decision. And
Wait,
Stats
Mr.
SA,
T.
listen,
Mr. T,
listen,
wait.
let me land. Can you let me land? And the Stats SA, for instance, the last time I had this conversation with someone, I think I referred to a 22 Stats SA. And the Stats SA said that 67 children of non-white community are raised by single mothers, right? And therefore, I will not only refer to myself and my community and the township I grew up in, that on any other street in our township there was no father available, but I will also refer to the stats that says that 67% of children who are non-white, including Indians and coloreds and black people that are being raised in households are probably raised by single parents, and those single parents are mothers, right? And therefore, if we accept that as a gospel and as a stats and as science, and we refer to science, then we must not debate the point of if your father is not there, he might be gone, he might have passed away. We have to acknowledge the fact that most black fathers, they do not take a stance and a responsibility of raising a child.
Yes,
And
Andil.
that is statistical and scientifically correct. And if you are going to argue with that, go and argue with Stats SA.
Okay,
It's taking too
Andile.
long. I asked about 10 fathers,
Wait,
not
Mr. T. We understand. Andile.
Yeah, he's 100% burning the pods. So the stat that was actually looking at for the 67%, which is firstly not true, but I don't know which stat essay is talking about. But this is what I want to say, guys. The stat that is talking about
22 second quarter.
exactly 2022 second quarter, it was actually looking at children between the ages of so this is the ages of 0 to about 15, 16, right? So you can't use that to say our grandmothers were not there, because firstly, everybody on this panel is above the age of 21, you understand? So those stats were actually speaking about the current
So you
moment,
don't know
you understand?
67 where it's coming
Wait,
from.
Mora, let him finish.
Oh,
Okay.
So the stats that is citing, you understand, are actually studies of teenage kids that are growing up in 2022, 2023. So that's not enough evidence for you to be saying grandmothers and it's proving that the fathers. It's the generation. It doesn't link, my brother. You can't link people who are born. Grandmothers, I'll assume right now they were born maybe in the 1960s. You understand, to prove, to try and correlate that with things that were happening in 2022 and 2023, and then you try to make it seem as if that's the cause. You understand? I understand. I wish you were as right as you are passionate. Second thing I want to say, guys, is this is the typical feminist narrative, and it's actually very shocking that it's coming from a male. This whole 1962, women were oppressed and we shouldn't. Come on, guys. You understand? We all know in the apartheid system, both male, which were black and female, black females, were both oppressed. None of them were actually allowed to go to certain schools. You understand? They experienced oppression together. You understand? And then during the correlation is not a cause to you, 100% right. So I just don't understand when he says that black women were oppressed. When exactly in time were black women oppressed by black men since coming out of the apartheid system? You understand? Because as far as I'm concerned, the most exploited
Did I
person.
say that? When did I
I'm
say black
talking.
women were
I'm
oppressed by
talking.
black
I'm
men?
talking.
Andile, please land so we can rotate the panel.
Yeah, he's showing his feminist tendencies now.
Hey,
I want him to show me a time where black men oppressed black women, since he was talking about
You to show me a
1960.
time when I said that.
You actually brought up 1960 something and you were talking about it.
Yeah, and I talked about black women oppressing black men.
I said, show me a time where black men
No, I'm asking
oppressed.
you, did I say black women are oppressing black men?
You said we need to understand the struggles of black women.
You've just said a simple statement that I insinuated that I said black women were
wait,
oppressed by
Mr.
black
T.
men.
Did I say that?
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
you've
You
just
said
said that.
No, listen again.
You clearly have a comprehension problem,
No.
but continue.
Yeah, if you think so with your feminist narratives, because you are actually misunderstanding what I'm saying right now. I'm saying, show me a time, since you were mentioning 1960, an era of apartheid, where black men oppressed black women. You understand?
Who
Because
said that? Who said black men were oppressing black women?
you said black women were going through the struggles as if black men were
And
not.
who said black men were oppressing black women? It's a simple question.
Are you? I don't know. Maybe you have a memory problem, my brother.
okay.
Don't conquer now.
Can
Don't
I?
conquer.
Can I?
Who said black men were oppressing black women? Host, can you give us this
Sma, I was
opportunity?
gonna allow you to talk. Sma,
Give
come
us
back.
2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes. I'm asking you, host.
You
Please give us
say
2 minutes.
that. You say that.
Andile.
Sma,
When
come
did
back.
Unless
I
you're
say
dyslexic,
black
unless you're
men were
dyslexic or
oppressing
something.
black
If you're
women?
dyslexic, you can tell me. Then maybe I can try and.
Okay,
But you
raise
say
the
that.
context to which I said that.
The context was that you bring 1967, an era where both genders, black,
I don't know
were
what
oppressed.
happened in 1967. In fact, I raised
Why did you bring it up?
1652. I raised 1562. That's why I think we have a comprehension
No,
problem.
you must be dyslexic because
No, guys, I can't argue with this thing. I can't
Okay,
argue.
go on.
yeah,
Gentlemen,
he's
can
gonna
I
go
ask a
ahead and
question?
start swearing like a female. It's fine.
Can I
Do
ask a
your thing.
question? Wait, gentlemen, can I ask a question to Mr. Mora? Mr. Mora, you mentioned something about absent fathers and fathers leaving the house. Do you know why most relationships end and who and like do you know who ends most relationships?
There is no statistical evidence as to why who ends
Why?
the
Say leave why,
relationships.
but who ends? Let's focus on the who. Who ends most relationships? Do
They
you
There
know
is
stats
who?
no
for this, Joe.
statistical there
There
is no
is.
statistical evidence on Mujolo.
Okay, so let me just enlighten you, Mr. Morane. Most most marriages are ended by the female. So because most marriages are ended by the female, we can also relate it to relationships. So since Vele, we can see that the current
Can
trend
you
of
refer to a
relationships
source?
ending. Wait, don't worry about the source. It's a well-known source here. I go when you're a pseudo-intellectual. Don't worry, we'll come to your sources. Because we can see, Jorge, most relationships are ended by the
The only
woman.
people here I hear
Can
throwing
we
insults are
now
these
say
people who
that the
call
man is
themselves
the cause
masculine.
of these
Eh,
fatherless houses?
eh.
Can we now say that the father is the cause of these fatherless houses when we know that women are the cause of most of these
Still waiting
relationships
for
and
a
marriages
sauce.
ending?
A sauce. Is it tomato sauce? The sauce?
End time.
Rashad,
End
let me
time.
get the source for you.
What
Let
was
me
your
get the source.
okay? What clock has his source? End time. What did you want to ask? And who do you want to ask?
mina nginibuzile ukuthi le nto le bafowethu is complex. Now nje usho uBongani ukuthi the only way to raise a child is through marriage. But look at our society ukuthi izinto abaziveluwayo. They value bad things. Like even when you look at a women abamkhuza umfazi oyenza izinto ezibheke eceleni. Instead, some of them they follow that woman. You can have a woman at rest ophuma every Friday, right? And then she's being fetched by guys. And uzothola ukuthi abanye vele, most of them they wish they wanna be like her because lo muntu ubuya nezinto la uyabona uyaflex and everything. It's things like that uyabona. Lezi zinto zifana ziyababamba laba abantu bese nabo bafuna ukuba nje ngalo muntu because lo muntu ugcoka so kusho ukuthi lo muntu uthola impilo e-right. Uyabona izinto abazilandela yini into problem. That's why ngiraise le ndaba yama-BBL yabo because these things are also part at some point ukuthi nalezi zinto ezizilandelelayo yini. Uyabona if our women were focusing kubafundisi landelele izinto engathi yabo like church wise, gospel and everything and what, we wouldn't have much of the problems because some of the things is the people who got there actually go to I managed to make 50,000 with 3 guys. What are you saying there to the society? Because there's a woman who want to have that chance to go to I in the same thing. Maybe I can have 50,000. I born good.
So Kia, are you in agreement with what end time is saying?
Hear what he's saying or what he's talking about in relation to the conversation.
He's saying which you guys are no longer into Christianity or some form of religion. You guys are prioritizing big butts. You guys are basically you guys are the problem.
Okay.
No, truly speaking, Fred, like
You see,
Fred, no, I don't want to her to hate me. But what I'm saying is that look at the things even as into Gandelela and fit. Go to Banabako Pitori da. But look at them. There's the one where I was watching podcast. She said that she did what management, what. And then you look at the girl, the things they say there, and the kind of lifestyle and it is the Gandelela. It's
so
so
Kia,
bad.
he's also saying that you guys go to clubs and you expect men to buy you guys drink.
So how you are
So
born?
all of those
Ngani,
things
you are instigating when you are
or
instigating
problematic because it's causing so much havoc and it's increasing the numbers in the GBV. So you guys are basically inviting this in and increasing the numbers. So what's your take?
Now I'm getting fatigued with this whole thing, honestly, because at this point, a woman is at fault for breathing, you know? And 1 minute it's okay for people to say women are kids, women are emotional, women decisions must be taken for women. The next minute, it's a woman's fault she's getting into a man's car. It's a woman's fault that she's getting picked up at res as a student and there's an older man. It's a woman's fault because she was dressed half naked. All of these things, I'm hearing them, but I'm yet to find any logical solutions. Okay, I've heard the part where women must go back to their baby daddies. I wish I could hear Bongani saying baby daddies must go back to their baby mamas or they must go live with the children or something. If the baby mama is being troublesome, they must go to court because there's channels where they can get access, even if it's not full custody to the children. so that they're better involved in their children's lives, so that their children are not raised by single moms who will raise them into becoming thugs. I haven't heard that. Yebo. All these things that you want to sound right about, I don't find the relevance at this point, honestly.
But that's what I said. I said, whenever I make that statement, I say, men must go back to baby daddies, women must go back to
Mara
and
Bongan,
vice
Bongan,
versa.
Bongan,
I
Bongan.
always maintain both because the people who or have the responsibility to marry women are the men. So
Okay.
it's not the other way around.
While the going back is happening, is it going to stop what is currently happening in the status quo?
Yes, because
No, you're
if
talking
men,
men going to
Bongan,
children.
Bongan,
You're not
Bongan,
talking to the man who's going to the 16-year-old. You're not
Bongan.
talking to you're not talking to the current situation. You're talking to something that is going. The ripple effects of that thing is going to probably be seen in 10, 15 years to come. Yeah, but you
Bongan,
understand?
but
Bongan.
Angita, you said, wait, when time
Right
right.
now, when we are talking,
Angita, in time, you said you want solutions.
mm-hmm.
So solutions would be we go back to unity families. So where do we start? We start by if I've got 3 baby mamas and they have 3 of my kids, like Upenyo, I go to all 3 of them and I marry them. That means all of them are now under my guidance. So that means I'm now protecting these 3 baby mamas, and I'm going to make them my wives, and I'm going to make sure that all these kids are taken care of. That means now there's direction. So if I say we all vote for ANC, that means all 3 of them and the kids follow my leadership.
And you're
That's
assuming
where
that
we
every
start.
man that has a child is a responsible man, responsible father, and is capable of leading a wife and children. You're
There
assuming
will
that.
always will be exceptions. So we are not going to focus on exception because just like if you
I'm
saw
saying the men who are
Takrai,
incapable are an exception. Every other man out there, except the
Afet,
exceptions, are
Bongan,
capable.
Bongan.
hence I say Saudi Arabia has less than 1% crime rate, but they couldn't bring it to zero. Why? Because when you fix any society, you focus on the 90%. There will be exceptions. So even when it comes to unity family, you will never reach 99.999%. You might reach 90%, which is the ideal, but there will always be deadbeat. There always will be useless men who will not be responsible. Just like with for women, if we can get just 70% of you guys to be wives, guys,
Okay.
there will still be
But
3 or
my thing
4s.
is, ne, my thing is, ne, yeah, but like this thing of baby mamas,
Speaking
baby
about wives,
daddies,
Bongan.
going back. Can I get time, Mr. End Time? This thing, ne, I hear the whole idea behind it, and I understand where you're coming from. Well, I'll make my statement and in short again, right? I'm saying mitigation plan. Let it be strict, okay? By mitigation plan, I'm saying the person who is most likely to become a victim needs to be extra careful. Yeah, but I'm not victim blaming here, and most people might not get it. And then the second thing is consequences need to be hardened. Yeah, but the people who are found perpetrating or who are inflicting violence against other people, the consequences need to be harsher. That's all I'm saying. Because this whole thing, nah, guys, I'm getting dizzy at this point. That's all
No,
I'm
no,
saying.
Kia. Kia, another thing that you have to take thing good. Women, they don't want to take accountability. For
What am I
instance,
saying? What is mitigation plan? Maybe
yeah,
I think Kia,
let's go there. Let's go there. What I'm saying is that since you guys don't want to take accountability part, the only way you go avoid the lazy to lazy, lama drama na nani, ukuthi umuntu abuye eklabhini, they unalive and everything. Yeah,
what
that's
is
the
a
only way.
mitigation plan, Kalo?
Wait, guys, wait.
Yeah,
Usma dropped and then she's back now. Let's give her a
Yeah,
chance
let's
because
do
she hasn't
smile.
spoken. Sma, what's your take on what we're discussing? Because you've been listening.
Sanibonani.
John?
I'm good. I'm good. Kanje sadiscussa ini.
National shutdown against GBV.
Oh, back to the topic. Okay.
No, we can talk about what we were discussing here.
Okay. Mira, okay.
solutions, she said.
But she brought up an article. She read something. I read what she brought up. Do you want to start with that first?
Oh, this thing about the shutdown, let's see, what is it for? Okay, let me just, where's the picture?
Because you said it also it includes the alphabet community. It included that group. When I read what I read there.
That is
Why?
what it is for,
Why
Vele.
is the
So
alphabet
it's not
community
just women,
even
it's
there?
also the alphabet community, right?
Why are they even there? Why are they even there? Because
We are one of these people are recruiting. It's not just females. It's also the alphabet. That means the
apparently
Stotolozis
lesbian
is there.
apparently lesbian relationships have the highest rate of domestic violence. So why are they there, Vele Vele? I don't
Imagine.
understand.
Sma, do you want to read it or are you just going to summarize it
No,
for us?
EP. Okay, nice. Oh, Sazi, what am I doing? Okay, here it is.
It's not clear-ish.
It's not clearish.
Yeah, some of the words are cut out. Yeah, but I see the alphabet gang there. Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're saying that on 21 November, vara.
Expand on both sides.
I think if you want to see it properly, you have to reduce the grid so that hers gets bigger. So maybe
Okay, I can read it from here.
it's like 9, so maybe reduce it to 8 or
No, it's
7 or something
fine.
like that.
She can read it. It's fine.
Okay.
They're saying that on Friday, 21 November. Ne, Marabongan, what are you doing now?
No, don't worry. There we go.
Yeah. I think everyone can read it now.
Did you say, what am I doing now?
Trust the process.
It's fine now. I think everyone can read it, but then it's there on their page.
Yes.
So for me, I feel like this shutdown, maybe if it could have been Ngabantwana, you see those kids laba who are abused and stuff like that. Not about women, not about this LGBTQI, and not about men, because I feel like we are trying to fight against each other right now. I feel like with this shutdown, actually, women are using this G20 system. By reading this from their page, they're demanding power. They're using this thing of them being abused, and they want power over this. This thing is not gonna work, guys. These people don't have. I mean, I'm a woman myself. Mara, we don't have agenda. How can you use social media to fight against GBV? Like, I don't understand, because currently they're saying this, we should shut down social media. That's the first thing. But then we as women, again, we are using social media to make these things trend. Siyalahlana kahle kahle. So mina nje, guys, I don't know.
So just to comment on what you just said, Nesma, you are right in terms of saying that they want power because certain things you must question and we shouldn't just brush over things and think that there is no coincidence. The first time Women for Change came into the spotlight, it was when we had the international spotlight on South Africa, which was when Chris Brown was performing. They wanted people to boycott Chris Brown. Meanwhile, there are so many quote unquote, and like let me just put it bluntly, there are so many men who perform in South Africa who have cases of abuse. Wabon. None come to mind at the moment, but I'm sure if we can think deeply or search deeply, they are there. But why is it when one of the biggest artists in the world comes to South Africa, Women for Change sticks out their neck? Why is that?
They
And
want the
then
spotlight, yeah.
fast forward to today. There's been so many international events whereby they could have done something like this, but why now they want to do it when the G20? Because mind you, the European Union or representatives of the European Union were in South Africa. There was a time that they were in South Africa, I think it was in March, whereby they even they signed some deals and whatever. Why wasn't Women for Change marching back then? Why is
But
it now that
but
the
clone,
biggest countries are
but
coming to South Africa and now they want to march? To me,
but
it's giving what they call performative what. We can
yes,
classify
but
it
the
as being
clone,
performative.
wouldn't the issue be South Africa is looking for funding? I mean, that's why we are hosting these G20s. I mean, they're not doing these G20s in China, and China is now controlling the economy all over the world. It seems like they are choosing countries which are desperate to be asking for money.
Bongani, there's this thing that I
No, man,
noticed.
you are missing the
So
point.
maybe we are
My
the
point
homes.
is that
We are the one
these people
behaving like
are
a like
no,
we're desperate and we need
Bongs,
funding, and they're
Bongs,
bringing
you
it
are
here.
missing my point. Bongs, you are missing my point. Maybe you weren't listening from the beginning. My point is that Women for Change, it's just seeking funding. They just want money. Because even Mutwana said it before, Zakaria said it before, that all these organizations, they pretend as if they care just to get money. Why
But they
is it
wouldn't
that
get
when
funding if our leaders are the ones saying we don't need international help. So the
Mara,
leaders are allowing it to
my
happen.
guy, my
no,
guy, my
Bongani.
guy, you're not understanding me.
I'm not okay.
I'm saying Women for Change, they only mobilize people when the international audience is looking at South Africa. First, they did it when Chris Brown was performing. Now they are doing it when G20 is coming to South Africa. They are doing all these things only when the international audience is looking at South Africa, meaning that there is a underlying motive. There is an underlying motive behind what they are doing, and the motive is not to help women.
And we're clone, you
It's
know
to
what's the
enrich
saddest
themselves.
thing? We're clone, you know what's the saddest thing here? It's that these people are using people that are no more. Example, they're using people that are already dead, you understand? To fight against this thing. And trust me, most women, as abazobe matcha lapaya, they will go back to their abusive boyfriends. They will go back to their abusive families. But still they will stand up, they to fight against GPV.
Okay, Smile, let me
Yeah,
ask you this question because maybe you guys don't understand what I'm saying.
Mm.
If somebody from outside wants to fund whatever campaign, it goes via the Reserve Bank or the whatever system that the bank has control over. That's all you have to declare. If our government says we will not accept foreign funding because they push a narrative, will that money come into the country?
it
No.
won't. It won't.
So the people who are allowing these funds, because these are funds coming from outside people who, as leaders, we know they're here to push a narrative, and that narrative would disadvantage our kids, our women, etc. So if they allow those fundings, because they have to declare when they send money here. So don't you think our government is perpetrating this kind of setup? And we are just fighting amongst each other.
Yeah, I think you and Clone are right. You're just saying different things. You don't disagree. I think
Yes.
Clone was right when he was saying that, yeah, every time there's America is involved, specifically America is involved, a Woman for Change does something. And I think the Clone, if you look at it, we lost USA aid, right? And if the part of the biggest beneficiaries of the USA aid were the Alphabet Gang, you understand?
Correct.
So I think the reason why they're involving them there is specifically for that reason. They are looking for funding since because the Alphabet Gang has been struggling since USA cut off that financial funding because they
Correct.
were the ones perpetuating that movement here in South Africa. And
But we
then
can cut off that funding if we stop it from our Reserve Bank transactional records.
But we
they're going
can't.
to allow it because there's kickbacks.
But Bongan, the reason, obviously, we can't. But the only reason why, if you look at it specifically, this event is just like one day before the G20 happens. So I'm thinking maybe they're trying to make it seem like we actually have a problem and we need this funding to help us. Like I think that's the only thing. If they find the South Africa having this issue, you understand, they're more likely to get that funding because like they have problems that they need to sort out and they need money to solve those problems. Why, if they really cared about women, they would do it on that day. They would have to shut down that meeting and make sure that nothing happens until their voices are heard. But
So they're doing the day before.
day before, I
Can I
think it's
ask
just for
something?
attention. It's just for
Can I ask
attention.
something?
Yeah.
Are the white people gonna join?
Some of them, I think. Yeah.
No, you know why I'm asking. You know why I'm asking is because here it says Uguti, we must refrain from all paid and unpaid work, meaning that we mustn't go to work. You understand? So if you're not gonna go to work, you're gonna get fired, you're gonna get suspended, you're gonna get penalties. So, like, are these people even thinking properly? How am I supposed to survive
Yeah.
if I'm putting my
Not
job at
only
risk?
does it say don't go to work, it also says you must go to work, but you must take a 15-minute break at 12 o'clock. It says go to work, and it also says don't go to work. It says when you go to work at 12 o'clock, you must not work for 15 minutes.
Okay,
But it
the
also
clone,
says you must not go to work. So it's not make sure with this organization, to be honest. But
the
yeah,
clone. You know
continue.
why I'm even saying that this thing of not going to work is because most people have already interpreted it as if we are not going to work. That's how black people's mind work. Most women are saying we are not going to work on the 21st. We're going to march. That's what they're saying already. Hence, that's why I'm saying this.
I think people are playing with their jobs here. It's a bit of a risk.
Nah, I don't think if women leave there will be any much difference. Not really. They can leave. I think if the men join this problem, then that's when issues are gonna start. Because if you say that, because what did they say? They said paid or unpaid. You understand? So you're telling me that doctors must leave their unaliving patients just to attend nonsense? I just that. And men must stop. Must we stop producing power now, T, to attend to nonsense? Must we stop maintaining the roads and making sure accidents don't occur? Must we stop all flights? Like it doesn't make sense, really. But
So
yeah.
where they're marching, who's going to receive their memorandum?
They're already organizing the marches right now on social media because I've seen on TikTok people are saying in Durban, let's meet way. In Gauteng, let's meet way. So they're already organizing now.
Okay.
Verbally. So they don't have any memorandum. That's what I'm seeing. By looking at the comments, they're organizing like verbally, let's meet way, let's meet way.
Andile, there was
Yeah.
a march. There was a march that was organized. I think it's one of these Scandinavian countries. I'm not sure, where women actually marched, and then they said everything is gonna stand still. Their bosses, on the day when they marched, they said actually everything worked out well. Everything went smooth. They didn't complain.
The productivity went up, and the
Yeah,
HR complaints
what's
went
up?
down. Productivity went up, and HR complaints went down.
That's crazy.
But too, yes.
I think this will just be proving that the society is the backbone of it is men. If they actually live and there's nothing getting affected, it's just proving to us that now we're the backbone. They should stay at home, in fact. But yeah, what are you showing us, clone?
Yeah, so this is how people are expected to participate. So let's start at point number 3, before we start at the first one. Ne? Point number 3 says, join the 15-minute standstill by lying down for 15 minutes at 12 o'clock to honor 15 women that are murdered, that are unalived, unfortunately, every day, and bring South Africa to a standstill. So wherever you are, as a woman, especially a feminist, where's more? Where's more? So it says, 15 minutes standstill at 12 o'clock. That is one of the requirements. It says don't work. No paid or unpaid labor. Don't spend money and withdraw from the economy for 1 day. I want to see.
But guys, I think we should
This one
support
won't
this
work. This
initiative.
one won't work. Wear black to
Shma,
stop the mourning
Hello.
you
and the
don't want us
hysteria.
to support this
No, Mara,
initiative.
with the clone guy,
Change your
another thing is
profile
that
picture to purple to make the shutdown visible online. Yeah, so those are how people are expected to participate. The reason why I'm ridiculing these things is just to drive home the fact that these people do not care about what is happening to women in South Africa. This is all performative, hence the things that they want to do to march or whatever to protest don't even make sense. They are
Yes,
only
but
doing
do
this
we
to get
care?
funding.
It's one thing to bash them and say they don't care, but do we care?
Of course we care. I just told you right now what I
Okay,
tell
so let's
people
be
and
practical. Let's go back to our baby mamas and then marry them, so that's gonna be our way of showing that we care. Let's go
Mara
fix
so my
that
Bongani,
guy,
broken
so
home.
now
Bongani,
you want
that
me to get
thing,
married now. I have to
Bongani.
look for a woman now.
Bongani
Until we
akekho
care,
realistic.
guys. Until
Yena
we care.
akana Bongani, you have a baby mama.
No, I don't.
You
Mara
see?
Bongani, come on. Mama, to go back to your baby mamas. Some people already have 5 different baby mamas, and those the baby mamas have also 5 different baby daddies. It's ruined. You can't go back there.
What do you mean you
Maybe
can't back
because
there?
you know,
Then
I
how
feel
do
like
we
we
fix?
as
How
in the
do we
90s.
fix? How do we fix if we don't
How
want
do
to
you
be
fix?
uncomfortable?
This is easy, Bongani.
Baby daddy ya firstborn.
Listen,
No,
wait,
I could
Kia, are you
not.
going to
Yes,
And
Kia.
okay,
participate?
Kia,
100%
how
gonna
many
Kia.
how many baby daddies have
Yes.
firstborn women? Like maybe thousands. Because
Kid
There's
a
every
only
man
baby
will get
one.
daddy.
and then
Guys,
Firstborn
can
is
I ask a
already
question
50.
to Kia and Smanga? Guys, are you going to participate in this shutdown? And if the answer is yes, how are you going to participate?
Guys, now my high school bully's favorite color was purple.
no.
I can't be painting my profile purple.
No,
That's a
but
fact.
are you going to work? And at
I
12
am going
o'clock,
to
are you
work.
going to stand still? Are you not going to
By
spend
lying
money?
down for 15 minutes at 12 p.m. My lunch is at 1, so I
No,
can't
but
be at the
guys, this is
standstill at
not
12.
practical.
Ah,
Guys,
Bongs,
we've
wait.
agreed.
You're talking to
We've
women, Bongs.
agreed that this is not practical. This is just
MAP,
Social
this is
media.
just yeah,
MAP,
this is social media,
MAP.
guys. No, the clone.
I'm
We
talking
can't be
to a woman
promoting
here. I'm
something that
talking to
is
a woman.
unethical.
Let's let it come from the horse's mouth. Kia, how are you going to participate, or where do you
She's
see
not.
fitting in
She's
here?
already said that.
Wait, I haven't heard her. Let me hear her.
I said I can't paint my profile purple. It
Okay,
triggers
number
me.
one.
It's my high school bully's favorite color. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, my lunch is only at 1. I cannot be lying down on the floor at where I'm at 12.
Kia,
But
Kia, tell them that you're also a pilot. You can't leave a flight and then lie down for 15 minutes.
I'm not a pilot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in research. I'm running trials. I've got PCRs, so they need me. Okay, they
Sma,
need
you're
me.
definitely not taking part, right?
I
No,
mean,
I
I
do
think I
support
need
them
to
in
Bongani.
spirit. Go ahead, girls. It's your thing. But I
Bongani.
can't participate in these
Yes.
things. I'll not participate in the economy because I'm broke anyways. So yeah.
Okay.
Bongani.
Sma?
I think because of my work, I will be participating. Got that I'm not participating because what they're actually saying is that we're refraining from social media, right? So I won't have my phone from 8 until 2 p.m. So yeah, it will be part of participating because I won't be on social media.
So, in
But
other words, you guys are not looking for real solutions. You guys are just looking for what sounds practical, what sounds nice. Because this campaign is not going to achieve anything.
they're not.
So
Definitely.
then why even like it just this is why I say
Bongani,
following women is a problem
They
because
want to show how much power
It's
that
because
social
no,
media
I am now
has.
women,
addressing the both of you on this panel.
women.
Following your guys' leadership is useless because
Mm.
Kia boldly said men, give us solutions. I've given practical solutions. Yes, they're difficult because it's going to make us uncomfortable, but it's going to benefit our kids. Those are practical solutions. You guys are more interested in following or
Trends.
even participating in this purple nonsense, which doesn't even address real issues on the ground. So, in a nutshell, what this life has just proven is that people are not looking for real solutions. They're just looking for things to satisfy their feelings and emotions.
Bongani, can I ask this
while
question?
while while while
Why?
Bongani on that day while bayenza lezi zinto leyo khona futhi oye eklabhini anganamali that same day leyo bazoba bayenza ngayo lento leyo ukhona oya lapho
Bongani, do you think it makes
ayenza the
sense
same
for?
thing.
Do you think it makes sense for us to already nje, we already have issues financially, you understand, as a country? You understand? Do you think it makes sense to boycott the economy again and then because after this, South Africa's economy is gonna get affected. You understand?
It makes no
And then
sense.
there's gonna be issues with the rand again because of such events. So people think it
No.
may no, there's economic effects of standing still as a country. You understand?
Yes.
It affects our currency and it affects our
That
economy.
women are the biggest spenders.
Yeah, I just want to say, Uti, if
Yeah.
even broke people are they going to be participating in this when it's going to raise their prices the next day and lower the rent currency? Can you see what they are misguided? They don't see the bigger picture.
Bafowethu labantu asibathumele emasontweni madoda bathwele umfundisi abalecture.
Never. Isonto is scam. End time. I mean, Angie, when you talk about a church, I mean, I'm a strong
Not
believer
every
that when
church is
it
a
comes to
scam.
church, churches are scams right now.
Let's get a
And people
But
are
genuine
using
smart,
pastor.
churches for
smart,
money.
smart.
Let's
My
get a
question
genuine. Now,
still stands.
ngubongani, a genuine man of God.
Why is it difficult for women to go back and fix things with their baby daddies? You chose to open your legs for that man. Go back and fix things. And vice versa for men. Why are men uncomfortable with going back and fixing things with your baby mama? I
Okay.
Smart,
mean, why is it
smart.
why are we not promoting those solutions?
Marabongani nje, we just said right now, Guti,
Mm.
first thing first, mina nje, most guys that I know, bonke obey mama babo, the women have their first sons or first daughters. So how can that guy go back to first
Musuba
baby daddy,
Kulumela, they're
first
not
son?
here.
Eh?
Musuba Kulumela, they're not here. I'm saying when. Let's start with you.
I
You
don't
be
have
the
a
change.
child, Bongani. I don't have a child. Give me a child, message of as a first baby daddy. Funa kube kanjalo, angikaze.
Okay, then that's what you should be saying. Ukuthi wena, if it was you, you would do the right thing to fix this country.
No, I don't think I would do the right thing by going back to mhlampe baby daddy if I had one, because the reason for separation will be the reason why I won't go back.
But you're
Okay,
not
Mara,
going back to
smart,
him for your
smart,
own selfish reason. You're going back to him so
For
smart,
that
the
your kid
child.
has both parents, so that the next generation is better than us.
smart,
So that
smart.
that child can see us fighting every day in front of the child.
Why are you
Because that line is
negative?
going to
You
be
don't know
abused.
that. Why
Hmm?
are you negative?
No,
Bongan, let me ask
Marabongani,
question for
listen.
smart. Let me
Hmm?
smart.
Mm-hmm.
Mina ngifuna ukubuza into so akithi ukuthi wena you don't have a child now, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I believe maybe you are 24 or
29.
29. Hey, let's
It's child.
What are you waiting for? Hey, the clock is ticking.
No, it has ticked already. It's child.
Niyabona manje.
Nah, it's
Smart,
a
let me
joke.
tell you.
It's
Senza
a
ukuthi
joke.
a-choose
Smart,
ama-decision.
wait, guys. Smart,
Amadoda,
let me tell you something
no,
about these men
amadoda
on the
ayikho right
panel.
le nto enishoyo.
Andy,
Amadoda.
time, wait. Let me tell you something about these men on the panel. Generally, when we have these lives, all these men, they cook women when they're 29, 30. They say it's child. For the first time on this live, none of them said that. I was the only one who said it. They're afraid of you.
No,
We are
I'm
being
just
performative. Smart, we are being performative.
You guys are afraid of
Being
Usma.
performative.
no, I'm not
No.
afraid
Oh,
of
they find
Smart.
her attractive.
Let's Smart.
Exactly. Thank you,
Smart.
Tay.
Wait, Smart.
Can't
I
you
don't
guys
speak
tiptoe
fast.
when
No,
you see
that's
a
not the
beautiful
reason.
woman?
That's not
No.
the reason.
Then why don't you
It
say what you
is.
normally say?
Y'all niggas
No,
fanatical to the.
I only
Wait,
cook 30 and above. Personally,
guys,
me, I only
guys.
cook 30 and above. If you're 29, I won't cook you, but 30 and above 30, I'm gonna cook you, sir.
Okay, Smart. Mina, congratulations for you. You managed to write, and I believe you are waiting for God's time, and God's time is the best
No.
because. Ish, hey, hey,
Now in time,
but wait,
you showing your feminine side. Hey, Baba, call a
wait,
spade, Baba. What's wrong with
no,
that?
no, wait, bruh. Like, respect her and respect her choices.
Oh, don't worry. I respect Usma. She knows I respect her.
Yeah,
But
Sma,
but as an
I'm
older
saying now,
brother, I'm gonna call out a spade, Sma. Hey,
Sma,
hey,
Bona,
rough.
Ish, the clock is ticking. I'm not gonna
It's
lie, but
shy. It's shy.
Sma, Bona. Don't follow these guys because you end up doing bad choices. Uthola umuntu ongalokhuzana nje abanjengabo Andile bavele babaleke futhi. They'll be in the same situation. Like you have to be careful now with nomuntu because I know with some of the guys already started something. They can't come to you and lie and say bona they are free, they are available. Uthola ukuthi lowo muntu already unama-baby mama awu-6. So now you are going to join i-train leyo. It should not happen to you because now you just have to be careful with nomuntu omtholayo. You have to investigate because back then angithi ama-mistake wabo ukuthi bona they were young and everything and whatever. It's understandable. So le nto yabongani yokuthi thina sibuyele the women we should go back to baby mamas. I don't think it's gonna be possible because kunama-situation amaningi lapho ukuthi why people separated and all those
Excuses.
things.
hey,
That's
we
all
don't
I'm
care.
hearing
We
from
don't
these
care.
men.
Go back.
Excuses.
I believe in it. But can I ask Tay a question? Tay is gone. Yes, I wanted to ask him if he's gonna participate in the match as well. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I posted a whole
Yeah.
profile. I wanted to
You're
say
still
this
there.
to Isma. Isma, I think personally I would prefer 29 and no kids than 29 and a single mom. You know, I feel like it's worse if you are 29 and you're also a single mom.
Mna andile ushadile.
Andile, what if
So,
it's the 3
Bongani, what are
and
you
2?
saying?
Hey, ushadile wena. Behave.
T, what are you saying?
I'm 30. I don't have a
3,
woman,
2
and
kids.
Nangu
Two
Andy
kids,
Tam
Bongani.
Shooting their
sayashada.
shot now, guys. It's not time to shoot your shot.
It's no time to share now,
Guys
guys.
are
We're
shooting
addressing
their
a
shot
problem.
now. They
no,
found they
no.
found
I'm
a
just
headband
saying, good.
now.
She must be
Shooting
aware.
men with no kids. They're shooting their shot.
No,
Smart.
I'm just
Are you
saying, good.
taking
Nobatshele Sma.
applications? Smart.
Focus, guys.
Don't
Are you
date,
taking
don't date
applications?
TikTok gents, mom, and I wouldn't advise.
Here, here.
Wait, Smart. Are you taking
Jenny,
applications
look,
now?
they're off topic now.
No,
Wait.
I want to ask for
Wow.
Andy. Andile, 23 years, 2 kids. Would you take?
Never, never, Baba. I
I
can't.
26. I'm
Kids is a
young, I'm
no-no.
fertile, I'm ready to mingle.
Aye, 2 kids, bruh. Even 1 kid is too much. More than 0 kids is too much for me, bro.
21, yeah. 21 now, but 1 kid.
I
Guys.
can't. So
We had this topic. I think it was Kia's life. Kia, didn't we say when people say they don't have kids, they must say I don't have kids, whether physical or
No.
spiritual.
In the land
Yeah,
of the living and the non.
correct. We had this topic.
No.
I was saying,
I don't
Nina,
like that
Nina,
one. That
you
one I
guys
don't
are
like.
something now because you're all in your emotions. We spoke about this.
Hey, that one I don't like it. Yo,
I'm the
hey.
only one who's direct here.
Bongani, the problem is this: the kids in heaven you can never know because they always lie. Yeah, well, she can say 0 and you can't
No,
prove it.
Sma will never lie to us. Ain't Sma?
Bongani Kosam, I won't lie to you. For me, having a child is a choice. Yabon. And once Yabona shame, I will be selfish. Even if I can get married, to have a child would be my choice. So it's okay, I have decided to have a child. If I don't want to have a child in that marriage, I will not. And if I do, I will keep the child. I mean, I will have a
Sma, you
child
can't
for
be a
me.
choice. You can't be careful because you are married to have a children. You can't be a
Mamela
choice.
Bongan, I will have a child for me. Yeah, one
No,
of the
I'm
things is
saying,
ngiyamfuna umntana, whether I'm married or not, that's when I'm gonna get a child. I know how to conceive.
Bravo.
no.
Thank
What
you.
I'm
And
saying,
that's how it
Sma,
should be,
Sma.
very
What I'm
Sma.
saying,
You
Sma.
No, man,
control.
Bongani, the question was in heaven. Not that wasn't the question there.
No, okay, in heaven or it physically, I have none.
Yeah.
Ugumitha is a
I know
choice.
this, guys. I know Sma. Guys, I know her. She doesn't have, whether in heaven or physical.
Oh, okay.
Ah, Bongani.
Manje Sma uphila ngani ke?
Kanjani?
Nangu end time.
End times, hayi ngeke end times. Please take it to
Ngibuza ukuthi uphila ngelizwe la kaNkulunkulu yini. Laba bacabanga enye into. Angithi yabona.
take
Mina
it to the
ngiyabona
DMs.
ukuthi
Take it to the DMs end time ngeke.
hawu
Not in front of us.
it's just a general thing. Hawu noma kusasa nisibona sishadile ningabi ungabi surprised.
Ubani na?
Guys, please focus. Usmart, let's say focus.
But anyways, guys, as a pilot, I'm gonna take those 15 minutes to lie on the ground, and celebrate. Even as a doctor, you must stop yourself.
With the what? With the 40%.
With the what?
Andile. 40% unemployed people are not gonna go to work.
Or they have nothing to do anyways, ne?
I think so. It
And the
must be
crazy,
the
Kia,
250 people, eh?
Kia,
the
are you
crazy,
still there or are you sleeping?
the crazy part, Bongan, about this is after this march, we are going to go back home, sleep in our nice beds, go back to our wives and our husbands, and continue with life like nothing happened.
Facts.
You
Kia,
know
did
what's funny
you?
enough here? What's funny enough, Uguti, we all from different cities, you understand? And if we're saying we're taking a break at 12 p.m., mina sma, I will log in my social media to check my live, what are other people doing kumanye cities. Meaning, Guti, we are gonna be on social media. So we're trying
This
to
one is
explain, but you are gonna be doing. Ngoba sifuna ukubona ukuthi kwenzakalani ngo-12. So this is crazy. This is really crazy.
Kia, Kia. You know the picture that you have on your screen? You're starting to look like that girl.
true.
She does.
To look like a better feminist, is that what you're saying?
A bit
But I don't know about being a feminist, but the face, like round face.
Bongan, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Can men do anything to change the hate that women have amongst them?
Amongst women themselves.
No. Can men do anything to change the hate that women have against the men? Like, is there any possible way you guys can change that? Because
Nothing.
we as women, we try to advise each other. It has failed.
No, smart. Can I answer you, ne?
Yes, there
Very
is.
simple.
Wait, let me finish.
I
Let me answer
cannot
first.
control how you feel as a person.
Let me
You are
answer
the one who
first.
control how you feel. So Tina, we can't control how you feel about us. Anyway, Bongani, you can expound on it. I made it
Well,
very simple.
I think because we're logical, we can't tap into the emotion. But this is what I can say. If a lot of men can put women in their place, I think that might be able to change how women view men. We need more men to put women in their place, and those women must willingly submit in those positions. Then it's going to be easy to change that mindset.
willingly, Bongan. What do you mean by willingly?
So, for example, like when I speak to Kia and I say, know your place, and she's like, okay, to my wood. It's the same thing. Just like when I speak to Usma and say, hey, Usma, and she does it willingly with a smile. Then and the funny thing is, not a lot of women do this. They look for a particular man that when they say that, they're like, I like how he did that, and then they do it. But the problem with women today is they got too many men who, would it be okay? And women get turned off. So that hate will continue because most women want to be put in their place in a nice way.
Yo,
T.
wait.
T.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your hand was up. You wanted to answer.
I was just thinking about what Bongani is saying. Funny enough,
So,
Bongani.
Smart, do you get what I'm saying? Kia, do you get what I'm
100%.
saying?
100%. Mina myself, I love a man that can control me. You understand? Ngiyamthanda umuntu engakhona ukumphendula.
Yeah.
Umuntu noma ngathi sibanga ngithanda into oyenzayo ngingasho ukuthi ngijwayela kabi wena.
Misha.
No, like ngiyamthanda umuntu engakhona ukumphendula because once ngakhona ukumphendula loyo muntu loyo, trust me, that relationship is already dead. Once there's no respect, there's no relationship. Now ne-GBV sezoqala ingene because the more the emotions grow, the more the disrespect grows, the more shayana sesoshayana-ke vele ngoba singamadoda so-two.
Wait, guys, wait. I
Men
think
stay
sorry, T, excuse. Sma. I think Bongani said, here, Lesma comply when I, Bongani, say this, right? And I'm going to assume that Bongani is not your man.
Definitely.
And you are talking about your kind of man. So now, the question around here is, do you submit to every man, or do you just submit to one man who is your man? Do you pick the man you submit to, or you just submit because you're submissive?
I don't
Okay,
understand.
I hear what Kia is asking, but Kia is missing the step before. She's talking about step 2. Kia,
Okay.
if when you're speaking from she's now dating me and we are now in a relationship, then yes, she would have submitted because that's step 2. I am saying to Usma that when I am approaching her, what's going to make her attracted to me is the fact that I'm already putting her in a place before she even gives me a chance.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, like on social media, the interaction that me and I have had, I have said some things that most men wouldn't say, and she has not taken it negatively. So imagine if I pursued a relationship.
Bongani,
You see the difference? A man needs to show that prior to becoming the significant other. If she rejects you, it means she doesn't respect you. So the likelihood of you getting to step 2 won't exist.
yeah, I think Bongani, your point is that if a woman can open your legs for you, she should submit to you. That's the thing. Or am I wrong? If she chooses to be in a relationship with you, I guess she deemed you fit, both for submission.
I think the sex part is a bit tricky because there are women who haven't had sex for quite a while and they go out and they're like, whoever's lucky is Yasha, because they are at that, peak where they just want to get screwed. So they are not really looking at someone who they will really submit to. Then you find that she had gotten some, let's say, 2 days ago, and then you come across and she can't say no. And it's just the way you talk to her and how you move, because maybe she's dating a simp and she's trying to resist the temptation, but she can't help it because you have a way of speaking to her that no other man has. She just feels attracted to you because you take control. Unlike when she goes home, you're like, babes, can I do this for you? How was your day? Would you like this? Can I take you out? And that turns her off because you're forever asking for permission.
Guys, I'm not gonna be all in my emotions with this, with like Bongani. Bongani is really in the emotions and is deep into the simple thing to do, guys. We need to take away women's sexual liberation. You understand? It's as easy as that. You understand? Because this sexual liberation,
Something like Andrew Tate now.
No. Let me tell you why. Because this sexual liberation has led women into the hands of psychotic men. You understand? It's never been much easier as a psychotic man to get a girl in this generation. You understand? So this sexual liberation has delivered women, you understand, into these men. And you see, they now that they have the sexual liberation, they tend towards men that are like that. You understand? Which is this crazy question that they were asking, how is it that every abusive man has a woman to abuse?
Yeah, that is the question I wanted to ask already.
How is
Why
it that,
is it that it's always these quote unquote abusive men who are always in the relationships. And second question, have you ever heard of a stingy guy being on the headlines saying that he unalived a woman?
We are not on the headlines as stingy guys, yes, never ever.
Yeah, Stingy Men Association, we are very good men team.
But they never choose those men. So guys, if we take away women's rights to this sexual liberation, at least now we can actually control who they get into relationships with, because we see that they pick horrible men. Understand? So maybe it should be within us as men to take that initiative to choose a woman for these ladies. You understand?
You know,
Okay. So
Can
so
I ask
so
a
Ken,
question? So,
would
Sma,
you
are
be
you willing
open
to allow
to
your older brother to
arranged
pick your
marriage?
partner? Can I ask a question to Sma, Mr. Host? Sma, are you willing to allow your older brother or your uncle or your father to pick a partner for you? Where does their opinion stand when it comes to your partner choices?
Okay, Manag, they will. Nathi bazongikhethela bona, or I'll bring the guy to them for them to choose.
Bazokhethela.
Like me without knowing the guy.
Yes.
arranged marriage.
Arrange.
surprise.
Siyakukhethela.
Eh,
Eh,
can I just be true with this? I've never done that. I don't think it will be good ngami. You understand? But I have taken a guy to my brother, Bam Decline. And as much as I love the guy, I had to leave him. And it was for the best because, wow, they saved me. Got the I hated them. So if they are to pick a guy for me, I don't know. Yo, guys, I don't want to face that.
Already they've shown that they know how to spot certain red flags, which you, whilst you were in love, you couldn't see them. But after you came back to your senses, you were able to see, oh no, they were right. So do you see that they
Yeah.
kind
Hey,
of have a
the
point
clone.
in what they say?
The clone. That's why she's almost dead and still looking.
Yeah,
It's
that's
because
why
when
I'm
ufuna
miserable
ukuphusha
like
isakhe
this. That's
esicacile.
why. It's because
Yes.
of them.
Ufuna ukuphusha isakhe esicacile.
no. Let me correct you. It was your choosing, not theirs. Theirs was the last
Exactly.
choosing, and it was the
Bona
best
they
choosing.
yes, bona
So
they
if
do
you,
the second step when you do the first step, and we are saying, are you open to not doing the first step whereby we find a person for you? That means when you will then do the second step. We're flipping the script now because you failed for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think because Tina, we fall in love like afterwards, yabo. So I
with
think I
word,
would and try to learn the guy because yeah. Angifuna nokwazi angazi. Laba. Angazi.
Yeah, guys, Lana, she's still going to do another 2 to 3 years of her doing the first step. We are more she's reluctant to.
now
No,
when I,
I'm not reluctant. What I don't think they will ever choose a guy for me, yabo. Nabo
because
No,
sebenza
they're not
so.
going to choose. They're going to go find him because bayakwazi when, and they're going to say, Sma, this is the guy for you.
I don't
Period.
think they'll do that, Bongan. I don't think.
Yes,
have you
because they
ever
can see which when ukanjani. The only reason why they haven't done that for you is because bayabona ukuthi wena ufuna uqala ukumbuka, umvisualize, ufall in love with him first. Bayabona ukuthi wena ufuna ukuphusha eyakho i-mission. Bona they probably have already found a guy who's fitted. I-problem wena bayakubona ukuthi unenkani, ufuna ukwenza ufuna ukube
Nabongani mina ekhaya ngi-last born, so they always see me as a child. Hence, they've never
hayi
given thought ukuthi kumele ngibe nomuntu
hayi
wesibili.
masuna-29 awusayona i-last born
Awu,
usuyi-problem.
trust me, basangithithisa namanje.
If you are
Can you
if you were
direct the
my sister, I
question?
would have
Yeah.
said to you ukuthi hey somdala manje sizokubhekela ubheki lapha simsondeze
So, Kea,
ngeke
are
size
you
mina.
willing to allow the males in your family to pick your partner for you?
She would.
No, she's not.
Hmm?
die,
She said she
She's
would.
Wait,
not.
let's give her a chance to answer. Wait, I didn't hear the answer. Okay, are you willing to allow the males in your family to choose a partner for you? If not, why not?
I said yes, I would.
Serious?
Yeah.
Ukia, yeah. Ukia, yes.
It's not
Okay,
women, guys.
Ukia
okay.
spent a lot of time with us. She would.
I
Mm.
wanted to go with Andil. Andil, let's let women, let's give them their sexual liberation. Let's give them the bad boys and give them to each other's devices. It will end in tears. We don't have to do anything with that.
Let them
Right?
continue choosing the wrong guys, ne?
But that is
Yes,
so
but
backwards.
choose.
That is so backwards because we literally said children that are raised by single parents become menace in society. So if you say it's going to end up in tears, it's also going to cost you who's
No,
married.
no, no. No, they must go to, you're gonna send them to Madagascar, all of them.
Bro, can you come back to South
Bad boys,
Africa? Can you be realistic?
Christmas, all of them.
Ko Popeye, like I don't like the Popeye.
No, 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 all of them. The G
Okay.
stars, you're gonna send them there. They will choose each other.
So Kia and Sma. So what age do you guys think ukuthi that this is where you realize ukuthi sengimdala for umjolo? What's the age that women would consider to say, yeah, no, I shouldn't be dating anymore?
I'm already old. I shouldn't be dating anymore. I'm 29. Ngimdala kabi. And one thing I've noticed is that Abuna, the more you hear about people's experiences, is the more you fear of entering a relationship. Because what women are doing right now, you see, with these things, I'm a therapist, they're making us fear relationships. They're making us fear men. And
Ah,
trust me, they're making us fear men.
that's
And
true.
Okay,
That's true, yes.
ask a
and one
question.
Okay,
thing
so
about
we're
we
not
have
okay,
feelings.
but Sma, give us an age. What's the age that most women will say, I sengimdala for umjolo?
Yazi ukuthi ebongani one thing. Women say babadala from Jolo at the age of 30. But trust me, when they turn 31, bahamba baya ko-Ben 10. So women are confused themselves. So nah.
Ma, ask a question.
It
Okay.
Did.
We,
25,
Okay,
25,
are
no,
you in
25,
agreement?
25, 25. For me, 25.
But you haven't
25
explored
is
your
what?
youth. You must explore your youth at 25.
If you're
Okay.
28 and you don't, let's say 27, and
Mm.
you don't have any light or hope, you should start getting worried. At the age of 30,
lights out.
you only have 5 years to give birth to healthy children, which is till 35. Otherwise, your egg quality is declining, biological clock is ticking against you. And yeah, so you
Yeah.
should be,
So
Ask
30,
something.
30 is the common age.
yeah.
Can I ask something to the lady?
From 18 to 24, it's just vibes. They're looking for vibes.
Vibes, you mean
From
giving it
18 to
out, ne? By vibes,
24.
you mean getting child and stuff.
Yeah, getting child, and then they are exploring their youth,
No,
their
no, sir. Are
options.
you a
They are
woman
living
up
their
until,
best
sorry,
life.
wait, sir.
Then
Sorry.
at
Which
26 now, hey, they start contemplating life now. Wabona.
As a lady in her late 20s, I would say at the age of 18 to 24, you should be pursuing your degree, which is your academic career. And parallel to that, you should be looking for a relationship that is sustainable. Not
I couldn't hear you.
out.
Can you speak
yes,
again?
Sorry,
I've
Your
been
sound is a
yes,
bit
guys,
muffled.
what
It's a bit
happened?
muffled.
my voice is muffled. Can you hear me now?
Very clear.
I'm saying at the age of 18 to 24, right? That's
Mm.
where your priority is your academic career. You should be getting your degree as a young girl. Parallel
Oh,
to that, you should be, listen to me. Parallel to that, you could be looking for a life partner, all right? You shouldn't be hopping from here to there to there to here. You should be vetting and looking for a proper partner. You might not meet them at the first time or whatever, right? You should have your principles and you should look for a good guy, all right? If you're not lucky after your degree, you should be actively searching, okay?
so
And then
parallel to studying. you should be looking for a partner. Is that what you're saying?
You should be
Or is that
open.
what is happening?
You should be open to.
Emma Bay,
Should
Nikea, man. We're not understanding each other here. Wait, T, I want to understand Kea properly. So 18 to 24, you are pursuing your degree or your diploma, whatever, and also parallel to doing that, you are looking for a good partner. Is that what you're saying?
You're open to finding a good partner. Yes.
But is
open,
that
What
what
does
is
that
happening?
mean? Open to?
not
Is that
looking.
what is happening, or is that what you think should be done?
I think that should be done. What is happening
Okay,
is different.
Yes, then you should
okay.
be saying then people should be parallelly be looking for lifetime partners. But if you say open, then it means it's subjective.
Now, open Bongani is like it's not a definite thing. If it does happen,
Yeah, you're not proactively looking for one. You're saying,
It's a take it or leave it.
yeah,
It's a take it or leave
now
it.
okay,
open guys, it's if it
If-
happens, then
yeah,
you
if it
look into it.
happens. That's not
Can I ask?
Yes.
proactively looking for one.
Because I'm thinking, Bongani, ne?
Hmm.
It's not in a woman's nature to go hunting. Okay. It's not.
It is,
Right?
Kay, it is.
Come on.
Women
Can I
hunt.
speak now?
Women hunt,
They
but
hunt
they
here,
don't
they
hunt like
hunt.
men.
Yo, they
Let me
hunt women.
explain to you.
Is that their
Men
Women
don't
nature
don't
or
they
is that
hunt.
what
hunt?
they're doing?
They
Their nature.
born. Let me
Oh,
explain.
women are
Let
hunters
me
now.
explain. Kaya, relax.
What?
Let me explain
They're
to you
not
how it
hunters,
happens.
but
Because
we call
Emma
it
Bay,
ubufel. Yeah.
gentlemen, give me a
But that's
chance
not
to
what we're
address the
talking about
lady.
here.
Let me
Are we
address the
talking about
lady.
Izifebe or are
Kaya,
we talking about what is
let me
sustainable?
address you and explain it to you. Relax. Gentlemen, let me talk to you. Women are also hunters, but they don't hunt like men. They hunt covertly, undercover. Habajampisi. Wabon. Women, when
Atubo.
they go to clubs, let me give you a very simple example. Women, when they go to clubs, they are hunting for somebody who will give them a good lifestyle, number one, or they're looking for somebody who will give them money to buy alcohol. So they're actively hunting. How do they hunt? They make sure that they look very good. Number one, they put on their best outfit, they put on their best makeup, and then another thing that they do is that they will, how can I put this?
Make themselves
Make
available.
themselves make themselves available in terms of their physical proximity to you as the guy. Wabon, when
Okay.
she walks past you and your gents, because she spotted that you are wearing very expensive clothing, bo Amir or bo Chrome Hearts, she will suddenly pull in her stomach, push out her chest, shake her hips, stuff like that. So women do hunt, but they don't hunt like men. It's not direct and open. It's covert type of hunting. So
Okay.
that's why I say at the age of 18 to 24, that's when they should be hunting. That's
So
when they should be hunting for
Suma
the
has a
best
hand up.
man
She
or
wants
person
to
in the
the
I
clone.
wanted
proximity
She
to them,
after
Wabon,
Sma.
in order to
Suma
find the
wants to
best
push
partner.
back. Sma, what do you
The
want to say?
clone. I want to answer the clone. The clone, Lana, we're
Okay.
talking about the woman's nature. Meaning, Guti, take that woman, lo okhuluma ngaye wena manje, who goes to club. Take it to her first time when she was still a virgin. She was never a hunter. She started hunting after esobonile umhlaba esegudlile. That's when she started hunting. Before she
No,
was afraid of men, she was shy. That's a woman's nature. A woman will never approach a guy and say, break my virginity. You
no,
understand?
it doesn't
They
happen
do
that
No,
way.
that
they don't
after
do it
sebewubonile umhlaba. They wear
covertly.
short skirts. Can I
I
talk?
agree.
Sorry?
I agree.
They wear short skirts and they hunt men when they feel like they are in need ngoba sebeyabazi. If umfana ungakamazi, you will never hunt for a guy. A guy will hunt you.
I want to interject first. This is not true. Well,
Huh?
in some cases, let me just say, whether it's most or not, I don't know. But what women do, they go through other people, even if they are virgins or not, they go through other people to say this and this and ask more questions about the guy. They know that men are generally going to ask, why are you so interested in you, in you and about your life or whatever. then you as a guy will be like, what? No, she's been asking about you. That's how they do it covertly.
T.
Even if she's a virgin or not, if she's interested, she's gonna make effort.
T. T, remember ukuthi as men now, there are men that ababasabayo abantu besifazane, and there are men that are not afraid of women. Abangamasoka. Same as women. There are women who are afraid of men, and there's a woman who is raised to be is fair, whether she's a virgin or not. We're talking about a natural woman now. Here we're talking about what most women are. You understand? Women are not hunters. Men are hunters. Most here. Because really there are going to be those who hunt. But then most
Okay.
of them are not hunters.
Okay. I wanted to ask another thing anyway. So, since you guys are waiting longer to have children and everything, at what age do you think a woman should give up?
Give up on what?
On having a family?
Yeah.
34.
After 40 is shy.
Okay, guys, ask, when you say you having a family, do you mean that a male
Kids.
should be there? That's what
Having
you count
kids.
as family?
Having
I'm
kids.
Or having
Well,
kids
can
of
I
your
answer the
own
question
without
for
having
you?
a male present, ne?
Let me just
No, can I
clarify.
answer the question for you?
Since you
I
have
understand what you're saying, T, ne? And my answer to you is that I don't think they ever stop, because you will even find, like, do you know Vivica A. Fox?
the 60 year
She
old, yeah.
was, she was talking about how now she's available and now she's looking for a man. And if you look at her age, that woman is very old. She's actively calling out to men to come to her to pursue her. She still wants a family. If you look at all these washed up old female celebrities in America, they are wearing shorter skirts. Their Instagram pictures are thirst traps, because why? That urge, or that maternal urge in them, is still there. Wabon. And now it is so exaggerated or exacerbated by reality that they are doing out of pocket things in order to secure a partner. So it never really ends. Maybe we can say 55 or 60.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Imagine a 60-year-old egg. Oh my goodness.
Oh, but
Them, they
there's
freeze their eggs.
something called
They freeze their eggs.
Sims. Sims will always be there
No.
to
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 nourish
uh
them. Egg
to
bongani.
nourish that.
Mara here, Bongani, we're talking about
Yeah.
starting a family. Who the clone is talking about. Man, it's a family, I mean even having kids inside the family.
That's
Ngicabanga
what
njalo.
it is. Look, it's a man, woman, and children.
Yeah, I mean, I said to you, my 34.
Ah, 34.
That's your last chance.
What's
Just
not?
before high risk pregnancy. Anything beyond 34,
It's
it's
chai.
problematic. Child.
It's a desert.
Say, Smanga, be
I mean,
careful, you see.
I mean, if you're 30, you have a chance of giving a man 2 kids, so he might still take you seriously. But once 40, 33, 34, you should be applied to this team. Don't be selfish. By exclusive when you're too old. I don't sugarcoat things. I mean, I'm
They
direct.
must, they must
Bongani,
settle down, Bongani, with children.
You guys.
Bongani,
Angizwanga sma.
angikuzwa mina uthini?
It's, I mean, if you're 29,
Mhm.
you still have a chance to give a man 2 kids. So you have one at 30, maybe one at 32. So a man will be understanding, you know. But nakhona you still falling on the same vibe, 30 and 32, 33. But the minute you hit 33, 34, your only option is temp. Ayikho nje enye option nayo kumele nje ube umfazi number 2 umama omncane, because even a simp, he's gonna play along but it won't last, because so he's stuck with just one child with you. nakhona that child might have complication.
Bongani, my mother had me at 40
Hey,
years.
Bongani, no, you don't say those things.
My
What
mother
is
had me at
what is
40
this guy
years.
saying?
What did I say?
You was that good to 10.
Wrong, yeah. They're
This
gonna get
guy.
dumped.
Smile, what did I say?
Hi.
Uthe the child uzobanjani? Ayenziwa leyo nto baba.
No, guys, I attend a lot of comedy shows, so
This guy, bruh, you don't see those things.
guys,
Hey,
if
that's
you do a lot of comedy shows, they make fun of those people and they laugh. It's normal.
Bongani. Nimzwile guys what Bongani said. Am I the only one?
Really?
Mhlambe yimi ngiyedwa. Yabo.
No,
No.
it was really, but I take it from live comedy shows.
Hayi Bongani. This guy.
Mina
But
Bongani, mama had me at 40 years, so I still have a chance of having a child at 35, 36.
How many children did your mother have? More than 3?
At 40 years, I was the last born at 40. She had
Yeah, but
kids from
more than.
20
She had how
years.
many kids in total?
She has 6. The first born white children at 20 years.
Yes,
That's why
The
women
last
is
born in her 40
not.
years.
Marco's old school, and she did
No,
natural birth, right?
Yeah.
How many of
and
right now, let's see, you can correct me if I'm wrong. 85% of births now or cesarean.
yeah,
Most women can't do natural because of the food you're eating. You guys are not exercising. You
they're
guys,
different, yeah.
you're different. So we've evolved. Most of you
and
can't do natural birth. So the likelihood of you doing natural birth and you haven't ever never had practice,
and
no, you're thinking if you want to try natural birth. And
yeah,
two, the doctors normally say if they cut you, they can't cut you for a certain period. Don't it, Mr. T?
Yeah.
but as well, if a woman has more than 3 children, the likelihood it drops of having after 35 of having what do you call this, deformities, especially if she has more than 3, which is your 4 and 6. That's pretty much up there. That's good. That's why the ones that have either the first or the second child at that age definitely gonna get problems.
Complications, yeah.
And guys, why is it always about women being in a relationship and having kids? Like, I can get a child and raise their kids. What's wrong with that?
Because you
If you
guys
prefer
don't
that
love your
lifestyle,
kids. You guys
isn't
don't love
Women
it?
your
are
kids. You
horrible step
pretend.
parents. We're not smart.
I
That's
know,
the
ma.
problem. Women are horrible step parents. You've never heard about the evil stepfather. It's always the evil stepmother.
Mana,
And
Mm-hmm.
we
that's the
evil
problem with
stepmothers if we
you.
have our own. If you don't
That's
have
the
your own, you
problem
teach
with
those
you
kids right.
being a stepmother. Women are just horrible stepmothers. So
The clone,
I don't like that part.
the clone, they are horrible as mothers. Imagine as a stepmom.
Yeah, so ish, that's not good. That's not good.
Women are
And
horrible as mothers to their own
Stepmother,
biological kids.
I don't want it that one.
I
Imagine
think,
those stepmothers.
Bongani, there is this thing where there's women complaining where the actual mother of the kids starts talking to the father. You understand? They have issues with that. It's just a complication you don't want to get yourself involved in, Yazisma. Because I don't think you'd appreciate another lady. And they're going to tell you, Guti, you were not there when they were making these kids, so they must communicate for the sake of the kids. I don't think you'd like that lifestyle, man. It would be a lifestyle you prefer.
Especially since you kept yourself until 29 with no kids. Now you have to deal with that situation. And anyways, ma, anything in a step before the actual word, you must know usebenzela uSatan. Anything in a stepmother, stepfather, stepsister, stepbrother, already nje ubowazi ukuthi Satan is already at play.
Yes, guys. But having a child.
So nje avoid anything with step, because that step means step aside. That's what it stands for. Step aside.
It
You
means
want to
step
step
up,
in.
Mongani. Oh.
For men, it's saying step up, and then they end up divorcing you. But ekugcineni, step uzoba step aside at some point. I've never come
Bongani,
across
can you tell
any
us something?
couples. I've never come across any couples with 35 years of marriage and they were single mothers, baby daddy, baby mama, and they made it work. All those
And
relationships they end
Ma, can I
within
just
a short
say
space.
this? Ne?
And
I've
then the guy who there was a guy, he was a famous businessman. He married his wife, high school sweetheart, but divorce. He got married 3 times in his life. Guess what happened when he was 55? He went back to his first wife. Until
and Sma,
today, they are still together.
Bona, what I'm saying about stepmothers, you can it's valid because I consider myself lucky in terms of the fact that there was a stepmother who raised me. I have a father and a stepmother who raised me, and another mother who's my biological mother. Ne? But as lucky as I am having such a great experience with my stepmom, I do not want somebody being a stepmom to my kids if I'm going to have kids or anybody else's kids because of the stories I've heard. I consider myself very lucky to the point whereby when I started hearing these stories about stepmothers, I'd be surprised. Like, how can you say stepmothers are horrible when mine was so good to me? And then I began to listen to people's stories and people's experiences, and I began to see a pattern. For example, uh, there is a story right now in the headlines whereby they say that a child was unalived by their mother and buried in the backyard. Have you heard about that story?
Mm-mm.
When Asma,
No.
it's a recent one. So there's a mother who unalived her child, and after unaliving her child, she buried the child in the backyard. Then the family started inquiring about the child, and then it came up the child was actually unalived and buried. So imagine if the biological mother can do these things, how much more can the stepmother do? You know, because there's even another story of this Mozambican mother. Now, she was a stepmom, and then the biological father passed away. And then after the biological father passed away, the 9-year-old baby girl was left with the stepmother. The stepmother conspired with the neighbor. They bought ice cream for the stepdaughter. They put Retex in the stepdaughter. The stepdaughter ate the Retex. The stepdaughter became unalive. So, yo, that's why I don't want stepmothers. So, if you get the chance, my sister, start your own family. Don't have any stepkids because you might be tempted to do bad things.
Don't worry, guys. We've already found a husband, Gasma. He was here on the panel. What time, Bunny?
Never.
End time.
You know what?
He was already making his moves.
Yabonga, can I share something with you, Luguti? Yes, one thing you should see currently is that women who are born, okay, women currently abakuma late 20s and early 30s, meaning the laba abazalwe after freedom, after Mandela was released. Most of us don't have kids. Most yalabo bantu labo. Women in their 1999s, 2000s, those are the ones that have kids. Nalaba before 1993 kanje. Why? Because us, we are trying to change our families' situations. Gabon. For myself, I'm coming from a good home and stuff like that, but then we are trying to see abazali bethu through the traumas that they had. You understand?
Right.
Mamela. And seeing that most of our sisters, because I have sisters below me, above me, I don't have below me, above me. Yabona bona belahla baby daddy, bedivorce, bebuya, bechata, benza in. You see ukuthi, hi guys, if I am to have a child, let me have a child for myself because today I can get married, have a child because Ubongani wants a child in our marriage. To lately find out ukuthi Bongani will divorce me tomorrow, I'll be left with the child and the child would suffer because Angisebenzi Ubongani was working. You understand? So now we have to work and find a suitable ground for our kids. Kuthi the day I find a child, angifuni ukusurvive ngomnyeni wami noma ngomuntu wami. I want to survive on my own.
Nah, when
With
I would believe that.
assistance of raising the child.
I would believe that if the abortion numbers are not so high, you guys are terminating. That's what's
Okay,
happening.
waiting. Why are they terminating? They are terminating because abafuni ukuzala ngenxa yokuthi they can see
No,
ukuthi
but my
they
point
be able to.
here is, Angiti, the point that I'm trying to make is you saying that they're not having children, like it's not a choice. No, they're having children, but they're sending the child to heaven. That's what they're doing. It's not that.
And that's the trade ukuthi ukumitha ngizomitha. That's what they're saying. But ukumitha ngizomitha kodwa ukuzala cha. Because this thing of them getting pregnant, bona bathi mistake. I don't believe that. But I see like sonke sinezindlela zethu zokwenza izinto, you understand? We were taught. I was set down, taught by my sisters how life works. So maybe what they want
Yeah,
to.
but Sma, here's a trick one. I get that when you probably the exception, but you guys don't wear female condoms. So how do you then go into that environment and protect yourself? Because you still need to instruct him to protect you.
Okay, Bongani Gemanak. Are we not allowed to carry condoms ourselves for you?
But you're still not wearing it.
Wait, am I not allowed to bring you a condom? Is it a sin?
I don't think you get his point.
I get his point because we're not preventing, but we are preventing. We're using prevention methods.
For what? For men? Or
For
what are
men.
you?
So you're using male condom to protect yourself from the same male.
Awuchaze ngesizulu Bongani nangokuthi.
And each female have their own protection, which is female condoms.
Yeah.
Male have male condoms.
Yeah.
So if you come to me, and then when you are carrying my protection, why would I trust that protection? Because I don't know ukuthi awufanga uphini. I don't know if you're not trying to trap me into having a kid. That's why men trust their own that they've bought and that they know those plastic or untouched.
Bongani, can I read something for you?
That's why I also
Because you have women that trap men when women give men their own condoms.
And hence, that's why I trust my own. Nama, I have my own prevention methods.
But you're not getting what I'm saying, Sma.
I'm not getting it.
If you come to me and then you give me plastic to use, I will not trust your plastic.
Fair enough.
Exactly, because I would think you're trying to trap me, especially if you date and above. I'd be like, usu uphatha wakho. What if it kuma land and next thing we're pregnant? So I would rather buy my own, so I know that it's brand new and it's untouched. It's not played with. Why would I trust yours, knowing that you date already?
Can I read something interesting for you, Bongani? So it says that in the global combined condom market, which is female plus male, the male condom segment dominates, accounting for 98.7% of the revenue. That's crazy, bro. That's wild.
That's big numbers. But Ma, do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there are women that trap men.
Mother, why are you living in fear?
Yes, have you seen how baby mamas are? Yeah, they make your life terrible.
Sma, do you know Smame Kumi condom? There is so many risks that are involved besides my STIs.
Definitely.
So then why would I trust yours?
Then use yours.
Exactly. So I would trust mine. But then you're proving my point. That means I'm protecting me. I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting me. That means, let's say, I'm sick and I want to infect you. I can buy a new box and then put a pin through, because I want to infect you. Put a pin through, put it on, use it. It's okay. Then I infect you. They are sick. What my point is, there are sick men and there are sick women.
True. But then
so the only way to protect yourself is to use female protection, female condoms. the minute you're going to trust your new boyfriend's intention, you don't know for the last 10 years when they are not told la strategy. So
I think
you
Can I ask
cannot fully trust his pack of condoms. Guys,
Well, I know.
men talks, ma. And I mean, I don't want to say this, but I'll tell you of a story that I heard because it wasn't my fellow friends. But someone I knew that knows somebody else said this. He said, "Wabane bate na watola," the 3-letter words. And then because he was angry, he literally took a new box and he puts a needle through, small, ebonakala, and it iyayibhoboza at the center. And then umefe ugel khumula phambi kwakho ivula phambi kwakho egqoka, but already that thing already has a hole. And during sex, condom yaqhuma because already it's got a small hole. And that's what I'm saying. Out of 9 guys you date, you'll probably be lucky you'll get the good guys, 7 out of 10. But if you're unlucky, especially since you guys like bad boys, you'll come across an angry guy who got infected. And now he wants to spread it.
What the wrong and this thing is like awukhulumi nomuntu ona 18 like when if you're talking to me, you understand me at this age. Usma at the age of 29 will not have sexual intercourse. Number 1, engawudlu prep. Nangamabhokisi prep agcwele lapha edrobheni yami. Yawudlu prep. As women we eat prep. And you
Busy, ne?
guys, you don't know. As much as you but women eat prep. Mamela, women
Wait, ma.
drink mamela. Ngisacela ukuqeda bongani. Abantu besifazane these days, you should have noticed, they drink too many tablets, too many pills. Baphuza ama-cranberry ntontoni, they drink probiotics, they drink their
All of that
vitamins.
smart doesn't work.
Mamela, I'm still talking. Listen, women use prevention. Yabona, as much as when I'm on condom, yes, if you wanna infect me HIV, getting pregnant, no, I will not, because women prevent. Women use oxytal for their skin manje, prevention pills for my skin zabo.
Ma,
Ngebhadi mawuzomitha.
you are misinformed.
Sicela ukukhuluma. And then when it comes to ukuthi wena mawukuthi uyindoda ngihlangana nawe ufuna uku-infect, mina ngazi kahle, ngiyanazi kahle mina nizigebengu ngabi. Ngizowenza sure ukuthi ngiyi-preventa ×2. Meaning ukuthi kuzoba khona i-condom, kuzoba khona u-prep, and kuzoba khona i-patch. And trust me, we are not going to have sexual intercourse without testing if you are.
Okay.
That's a lie, though,
Wait,
Myers.
Mina, I'm talking about myself.
Okay,
Okay.
sharp, smart. Smart, do you know how PrEP works?
Definitely how, come on.
Okay, so you take an injection and a pill, right? Antibiotic. Smart, you said you know how PrEP works, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take an injection and an antibiotic, right?
That depends.
Okay, how long do you have to go back to get the second PrEP and the antibiotic? How long?
Pepper is a tablet, you drink it every day.
Are you talking about e-exposure or are you talking about PrEP?
I'm talking about the PrEP. Mina mawuzokhuluma nge-infection ukuthi so-infecte ngamagama awu-3 ukuthi akusekho lula ukuthi umuntu ohluze njengami a-infecteke. That's why hence they say ukuthi yazi
Okay, Smart, let me give you some information because I went to because I do regularly tests every 6 months. I went and sat down and I spoke to the nurse at the clinics. Why explain? Because I wanted to understand the difference between the two. And why I went into detail, why how it works at clinic, why how it works at bedroom. And so there seems to be a people do not understand PrEP ne exposure. There's a pill that they give you which is called the exposure. You take for 30 days.
After this, yeah.
Yes, that's exposure. That's not PrEP. But a lot of people think that's PrEP.
That's not PrEP.
Then this lady says, no, PrEP is it has 3 stages. There's where you go to them to say, Utwena, you got exposed or you're about to get exposed. And as she says, they give you an injection and they give you an antibiotic. Then they say, come back after 3 weeks. When you come back after 3 weeks, they test you again. And then they give you another injection and then they give you antibiotic. Then they say, this time come after 3 months. Then when you come back after 3 months, they inject you again because they have to test you first. They inject you again and then they give you antibiotic. And then they say, come after, she said, but after 3 months, there's another period. And then after that, then you don't have to come back. Now, what's happening a lot, whether you go to clicks or whatever, they say, ni figure the first one when you expose, you don't come back after. No, it's actually 3 weeks, then it's 6 weeks, and I think then it's 3 months. Then she says, most women, you guys do the first step and you never come back. And then the other thing I should was this. Listen, I'm just giving information based on what I got at clinic. Well, I went to clicks anyway.
Sorry about the one I have.
Then,
What I'm
no, it's
using.
fine. Maybe there's different types, but let me just explain.
Mm.
Then she says, the other thing that people don't understand is PrEP is still falls under an experimental drug. They don't have the 5 to 10 years, whatever, ban. So at the moment, it's an experimental drug. People are behaving as if this thing has met the 8 to 10 year cycle. It hasn't.
True.
So much of the problem with Abantu Besifazane, you guys are not sharing the true information from a clinic.
Manake bongani. A thing is that when I look at I'm aware of it. But then the one that you're currently using and the one that they are giving to pregnant women, because they know what's very already pregnant women are having unsafe intercourse. Yabo. So what they're giving, Guti, they even say, Guti, let's say awuhlale eduze kwamuntu wakho. If uhlala nomuntu wakho, if ungakabi nayo lesi sifo lesi, you must drink it every day. Iphilisi it has 30 tablets inside. But if ungahlali naye, you can drink it 7 days before uyakuyena, the days usakuyena, and then 7 days after mase uyaliyeka. Because leli philisi leli lifana nalokuthi yabo lo mjovo lo we-chicken pox whereby they injected you ngomjovo we-chicken pox in order for you to not get it. It's the same thing. This pill is acting against it. If it happens that you should get infected, leli philisi leli will fight against that infection for you not to get infected.
Okay, and is it 100% or 99.9 or is it?
Nothing is ever 100%, Bongani.
So that means you can be the exception and still get the disease.
Bongani, it so far kakakwenzeki. So far, as I don't know. I'm predicting that. But so far we believe in it. But kakakwenzeki.
Hayi guys, hayi niya-risk, hayi okay, hayi qhubekani guys, othi ngithule.
Mara Bongani, angithi this thing we drink, kodwa mana, yazi ukuthi as much as we drink lamaphilisi, there are prevention methods that you use. It's just a backup. What if something happens more than that? Then I have another external method. You understand?
And
Just
am I wrong to
you
say?
can
Am I
never
wrong to
trust a
say?
human being.
Okay, I hear you, Smart, but am I wrong to say, Andil? If you want to play it safe, you guys just do it. My blood works, both of you are negative, and then you guys have an agreement, and then lento ukuthi uzodla amaphilisi.
Mana-ke Bongani, ngicela
Because
ukubuza.
Smart, let me finish. Amaphilisi la wadlala awana ama-side effects.
They do a lot.
So then why not just do the right thing, which is
We do ama-blood test, Bongani. We do ama-blood
testani,
test, but
and
ngizokuthemba
then
kanjani?
nazi nowabili negative, and then you build trust, and then that's it. Why would you take amaphilisi with side effects?
Mana-ke ngizokuthemba kanjani ngoba let me say noma ngathiwa ngihlala nawe ngiyemsebenzini ekuseni, you go to your own work. What if you do something emsebenzini mase you're infected? I mean, I shouldn't prevent myself. How many women asekhalile bathi, hey, I was infected by my husband, I was infected by my... How many men have been crying, I've been infected by my wife? Guys, yabona, it's even hard to trust each other these days. You can't rely on that.
So uzodla amaphilisi.
I rather do that.
Yeah, guys, ama-side effects amangaka.
Kunokuthi ngikhale ekugcineni ngikhalela ukuthi sengilimele ngenxa yomuntu wesilisa noma ngikhalela ukuthi sengilimele ngenxa yomuntu wesifazane when there is another method that is given to us to
Hi
use
guys,
to
Kia,
prevent.
are you in agreement with us, Kia?
How we drink pills to prevent ourselves from drinking pills for the rest of our lives?
Hey, boy,
Thank you,
Tiri,
Kia.
do
Thank
you
you,
hear what
Kia.
Smile say? Are you in agreement as well, Tiri?
That's what is happening, unfortunately.
Ama side effects willingly because of what? Fear of
HIV.
building trust.
HIV. It's because of the
What do
fear of
you
HIV.
listen? You go and test before. Ama blood works, both of you are
Bongani.
negative.
Bongani.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, what she's saying is that you and I are gonna get married, right? We do blood tests and we trust each other. But I'm gonna go and cheat on you, Bongani. Just because we did blood works does not mean that I'm a good girlfriend or a good wife. I'm gonna go cheat on you, and I'm gonna come back and infect you.
Okay,
That's what I'm
so
saying. They say we drink pills to prevent ourselves from drinking pills for the rest of our lives. Because in this day and age,
in other words, you guys were saying you marry someone and you say until death do us part, and through love and sickness and all that stuff, and then behind his back when ubizudla amaphilisi.
Definitely not sickness. Not through sickness.
Okay,
Not the type of sickness.
but I'm saying you're married to me, and then Mina, when I go through the kitchen, I ngithola amaphilisi. Don't you think that's gonna cause conflict between you and your significant other?
Would you rather fight with your significant other because of that or cry because she infected you? And Sma is even saying that a lot of wives are crying because their husband infected them or vice versa.
There's ngeke ngikushade when udla amaphilisi ongitsheli. And if you tell me up front, I would give you ultimative.
We're talking
Either we
about
trust
you,
each other.
but then now we're explaining it like in general. When it comes to you, yes, we understand, but we're telling you what is happening.
But what I'm saying, those men that you guys meet out there, and they're okay with this, it means that relationship is based on
It's just a
dishonesty.
relationship, yeah.
Yo,
No.
hey guys, go rough.
Because if you think of it, how many women,
Hi,
wives,
Andile. Now Andile, a process Andile vula mic. Uti marriages have the lowest HIV.
Yeah,
still they have it.
yeah, it's a
According
start
to
actually.
stats.
So according to stats, they say number one, it's people who are cohabiting, and then number two, it's women who are single but they still engage in sexual activity, and then the last one is marriages.
Yes.
That's the
Okay.
last.
According to stats, Andile, that's what's happening. But then trust me, most people who are married, they don't even do test anymore. They have years without doing test. The only time they do a test is when the woman gets pregnant and the wife is the one that does test. Most people who are single are having these diseases because they were once married and they divorced because of this. So hence why the stats is high.
No,
Who
most people
divorce
that are
because of
married,
such things?
when they
No.
find out that they're HIV, they don't
Mamela,
leave.
Andile, if people were to be married,
No, phela
bethole ukuthi
uphikisa ama-stats
siyavula
manje.
manje and stay
These are my
together.
stats.
Ngabe
Uphikisa
ama-states
ama-stats.
are high.
Kushuthi you know better when. I don't know.
No, and there's
Why
guys.
would you leave your
One
marriage
thing.
if
Wait, and
usunai already? Why would you leave usunai? Ushadile. Why would you leave?
why have they left? Why don't you ask yourself why have they
No, if you
left?
look at
Because
the
they feel
reasons,
betrayed.
Smart, if you look at
Majority
the
of women
reasons,
don't leave.
can I say this, Bongan? If you look at the reasons for divorce, not even once to start the show would see the people leave just because the other one has a stigma of the three-letter disease. They never leave because of those reasons. So we can count that one out.
The number 3 reasons for divorce is inconsolable differences,
Then there's finances,
and
there's infidelity.
infidelity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Yes.
because HIV and stuff.
Wibongan, one thing about, okay, there's another thing I want to refrain on this. Guys, you'll talk about stats so much and you'll forget that, number one, you're like human beings. And stats is something abantu that is recorded down. You understand? But for example, when are you gonna say most men are murdered by women? Oh, sorry. Most men are unalived by women because you see the stats. But you will see around you, would see most women are unalived by men. But you're busy. Stats is saying this. Stats, guys, general talk about this.
No, I think you don't understand how stats work. Stats
I
actually
do.
go. They actually go. It's like this, when Asma. You know that there's people like me. I've never seen anyone get bumped by a shy soy mod. You understand? It doesn't mean that it's not happening. The reason why we can't take people's experiences is because you are just one person out of South Africa has a population of what? Yeah,
62 million.
62 million when you're just one person. So your experience doesn't mean the truth. Personally, I've never seen umuntu eshayiswa imoto. You understand? But the stats will tell me ukuthi it's actually happening. So just because I've never experienced it, that doesn't mean that I enzakali out there. It's the same thing. What you see when Asma, you think that this is what's happening, this is the reality. When you look at broader South Africa, more big South Africa, what you're seeing is just maybe it's for you alone, or maybe it's for you and the 10 women that you go around with. But the other 50 women and the other 50 million people, they experience something else. That's how stats come in. Stats take the majority. You understand? It's telling you majority of the time, if you're married, you are least likely to get that disease as compared to when
And you understand that stats is recorded by a human being. Meaning ukuthi that stats umuntu mayesebona ukuthi stats if I'm a white person, I'm recording that, I'm gonna record something that is happening around me because they do not
they
take the
don't do
exact
that.
amount.
They
Guys,
don't do
I'm a
around
record
me.
they are written by human beings. Come
No,
on,
let me
no
tell you.
AI.
Let me tell you again.
Andile,
Stats.
Don't
Stats.
start.
No, no, no.
Andile.
Bogan, can I say this last point? Stats means that if me, I did it for the whole of South Africa. Uti, when he comes back and he does it and he's a different race, he must get the same result. And then someone else, listen, if someone else does it, 100 people should do that. After 100 people repeat and they get the same results, that's how it's done. It's not that one person's going to do it and then says, yeah, 100 people do the same thing and they get the same results. Different races, different backgrounds, different cultures. They all
So you
come.
don't believe on the stats?
I do.
Okay. Can I tell you something? Just a minute, Bongan. I've
With
been to
dispute my
prison.
stats, maybe.
Man, I've been to prisons, yes. And I've realized that most men are in jails. You understand? They are sentenced. And most sentenced guys are the ones that are not guilty.
Well,
If that's city, most men are guilty.
so you've been to all the jails in South Africa?
I'm still going through the jails in South Africa. I've been to Cape Town. Currently I'm in Kroonstad. I'm still going to a lot. So I'm going through all the prisons. And one thing I've realized, Wuti, yes, most men are sentenced, but most women are the ones that are supposed to be sentenced and they are not.
How do you know that? What's your background evidence for that? Is this what they tell you, those men, or?
You don't take a word to word thingy.
Yeah. So how do you know?
You never take a word to word thing because I can tell you what in jail. No, you have to have like enough evidence for that.
No, it's fine. I'm asking you how. What is your evidence? Do you criminally investigate
No,
this?
guys, let's not go into
Can't go
detail.
through deep
Yes,
on that.
Sma, I would agree with you that there are men in prison that are innocent, but to then make it look like it's like it's over 30-40%, I think then you're saying that the judges, the attorneys, the prosecutors are all in cohorts. I don't know. I think it's a bit far fetched. But
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that there are people innocent that are in jail. But for those numbers to be alarming, I don't know.
It's too much, Bongan. It's too much.
Yeah, I don't know. But we won't be able to argue that here because we don't have the docket, we don't know the evidence. So it just becomes subjective. Peter, but what scares me about what you guys are saying is, especially what Utsiri just confirmed is, ni busy ni gaxa amapilisi, all because of fear of the unknown. Like guys, the human body was never designed to be taking all these chemically produced drugs that are made in labs. Like I eat CMOS every morning and every afternoon. That's the healthiest thing. You guys are taking pills with 20 to 30 side effects every day.
And not 20 to 30. How
That piece of paper, have you
it
took it out?
adapts. It adapts to your system. The more you use it, the more it adapts.
That's not my question. You know when you get that box, that container with pills inside, there's a piece of paper. Have you taken it out?
Obviously.
Have you opened that piece of paper?
And read it.
And you've read from 1 all the way down.
Written
That
in
thing
ink.
never has less than 10 side effects. I've taken it for Ipanato. I've taken it for so many boxes. That thing has over 20 side effects.
And we can't risk at this point and day and age. we cannot
And
risk
did you see how she avoided what I just said?
Yeah,
That piece of paper has minimum 20 side effects.
they also
That means
reduce.
every time you take one pill, that thing it might be helping you on the other side, but it's killing your
So what's your solution
your
then?
kidneys,
Your
it's killing
solution.
your liver, it's killing your that thing has over 20 side effects. And what scares me is you guys claim you want leaders. You go, you find a leader. He educates you on these things. And you still go around and say, yeah, he's leading Panyangizem. You're not supposed to be taking those pills.
What's your
They were
solution?
not designed for that. No human beings was designed to be taking things with 20 side effects. No wonder one lives in a clinic. You guys just
What's your
go around
solution?
swallowing chemicals. Those are chemicals.
Give us your solution. What should we do
I
in
did
order to
say it.
protect ourselves?
Ambano babili no tester, sit down and build trust and say, Lalel, we have now done the extraordinary. You know your status, I know my status. If either one of us step out, we are putting both of us in danger. We're putting these kids in danger. Build that trust.
Can I tell you something? One of my colleagues has one.
Andil, am I asking for something that's unreasonable? TD, is what I'm saying not making sense?
Ngicela ukuphendula something ne. My friend once, my colleague once pranked husband yakhe athi, baby, I just went to test and I'm positive. You know what the husband said? He said, hey baby, ngiyaxolisa ukuthi ngikugulisile, but since ngikugulisile ngcono ukuthi uhambe uye kwabanye abangeke bezokugulisa. Husband. And
Okay,
it's
that's a horrible human being. And that's why I said there are bad men that exist. And that goes back to you making poor choices. You chose him.
Bongani, sometimes some people may seem to be genuine, but they're not.
And
You
you know
can
what happens?
it's a
really
person.
know a person sometimes.
And you know what
I think
happens?
that's why.
It goes back to you making poor decisions.
But let me finish, Bongani.
Okay, sorry.
I'm saying some people may seem to be genuine, but they're not. So you end up trusting those people. Even if we go and test Ralanse, Terra tester, and they all come out negative, and I trust you, but you know that trust can be broken, right? That's why Lisma is even saying, even in marriages, wives become infected without their knowledge, unknowingly, and then later they find out because of maybe the partner went and did their things, and that's breaking trust. That's why people are drinking those pills to protect themselves. So sometimes trusting someone is not enough. I think that's what Sma
But
is
if
trying
you
to.
use the word protecting yourself, you would mean that that thing doesn't have a side effects. The minute you say it has a side effects, that thing is killing you slowly. So that's not protection.
But at least
Guys,
I'm not gonna be HIV positive. Sma, look like
what's the
Sma.
point of not being
Bongani, do you
HIV?
know how many side effects prevention methods have? Female prevention methods.
Guys,
Do you know how
are
many
you
they have?
saying
But
are you saying something that poisons you slowly? That after 10 years or 15 years, you have kidney problems, you've got pancreatic problems. Are you saying
DEPA
that's
does that. DEPA gives
wait,
people cancer. I'm
TD,
sorry for interjecting.
I hear that you are saying these pills protect, but my question is, if you study biology, those things are poisoning you.
Then
So
what should we
you
do?
might not get HIV, but you're gonna have kidney problems or other problems because they are poisoning your other organs. That's not protection.
Bongani, but then can't you see that women are already sacrificing their bodies in order not to have, for example, I will sacrifice my body in order not to bring a child. You understand?
Into this life.
Into this life because I know that that child will
Out of
suffer
wedlock.
more. Hmm.
Then you
So
know what
Bongani,
you
like,
do? You know what you do? You take away the option of you choosing your boyfriend because you guys choose poorly.
no,
And
listen
then,
to this.
well, let me finish. You take
Okay.
away that option of you choosing because you guys run the risk of choosing poorly and getting a man to infect you. And you say, Dad, I don't want to choose. I trust your judgment. So you go find me a man who will not cheat on me. And guess what? Your father will do his due diligence and find you an idiot that will not cheat on you. Then you know for the rest of your life, you don't have to worry about drinking pills and you don't have to worry about HIV. Because what? Men know men, so your father will choose the best candidates in the market. But guess what? You guys are not going to do that. Why? Because you guys want to be the pickers. And then when you pick poorly, there's no accountability. You don't say, yes, I'm accountable because I wanted to pick him. You're going to say, well, men are all dogs.
How many of us have
No,
fathers, Bongani?
there's no such a thing. I know I've got friends, they are married. Men, we speak about this shit. And the one thing as men, we speak, well, I'm going to talk about my circles. We speak
Thank you,
about this.
Judy. How many women have fathers? Answer, Bongani. How
How
many
many
women
women
have
have?
fathers?
How many of us have fathers?
I would think a lot of you is
Where
a
are the
small.
fathers?
Mara Bongani Bulela Niti. In South Africa, how many of us have fathers?
Oh, you mean your mothers decided to kick those men out
You're
of their
not
No.
lives?
answering my question.
Don't put fathers into this.
You're
How
talking
many
about our mothers.
fathers?
I'm asking how many women have
Can't you
fathers? How
can you
many
have a
of us
father
have
if
fathers?
your mother doesn't exist?
Yeah, Bongani, come on. You know
Okay,
exactly what we're
let
trying
me
to
answer
ask.
your question. Let me answer your question.
No, please answer me first.
There's an overwhelming increasing single household. So
Yeah,
the
so we can't, like, yes, you can say what you're saying, but then what are the chances?
chances of what?
You get it? So with women trying and actually taking things like Depo and New Straight, you name them, that's at least of like trying. It's something. At least I'm getting.
Mina sounds to me ninankuma ngomjolo, and it kind of makes sense because abantu
No, I
guys.
hear where you're coming from, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying sometimes be realistic. At least the woman is trying and preventing pregnancy. At least the woman is trying and carrying condoms in their bags to protect themselves from actually choosing dumb men and waiting to be married. And we're animals, we are gonna have sex. You understand?
I
And I get
understand.
you when you say you should trust your fathers. I get you when you're saying stop putting bad things into your body. But at least we are trying.
No,
At
I
least I
hear you.
prevented the pregnancy,
I hear
unlike being
you.
pregnant and then, yeah, because I'm going to be blamed for choosing a douchebag as the father of my baby.
I
At least I
guess.
protected myself.
Listen, I hear you, and I hear what you guys were saying.
Hmm.
I guess what I'm I guess my biggest challenge with what's happening in the world is maybe my upbringing um, is always try to aim for the highest honor or the highest attainable standard or achievement
Hmm.
and the most healthiest form of living. Like everything that I strive for is always it's close to the best of the best. And sometimes I don't achieve it, but I fall not too far from those high standards. So as I said, I eat CMOS. A lot of people don't even know what CMOS is. It's the most healthiest thing ever. I avoid drugs, guys. into a chemical I avoid because these are things that are making us sick. Even condoms. Do you know that you're not supposed to be using condoms for a very long period of time because the chemicals that they use to make condoms has a side effects for women. It can lead to you guys being sterilized. Condoms are supposed to be temporal. Hence, I say, why are people not just doing HIV test and sitting down and building trust? I mean, these are the ideals.
Sterilized. What do
My
you mean by
question.
sterilized?
So the chemicals that they use in making condoms is not designed to go inside women's vaginas for like continuously. So you're supposed to use it temporarily until you guys verify your statuses and then move out. So if you use this thing for too long, those liquids that are in condom and food, you keep depositing that into your vagina all the time, and it leads to other complications. And it makes sense.
Apparently, they're also not good
God,
for men.
God never, yes, also for us because the
Mara,
the totolos itself was never designed to have a plastic on top of it because the totolos is like it's like your head.
Mara,
So if you're gonna keep putting plastic on top of it, you're suffocating it. All that I'm saying, this is biology.
My
We were
question.
we were never designed to be putting all these things.
hey, when I just this spoon, when that's in life.
I'm tiny
Bongani.
spoon, but I have just made peace with the fact that things are supposed to be natural. And the only way for things to be natural is you marry and then you do things the natural way.
Well,
Bongani.
would men,
Manje nina nifuna ukuqala nge-fornication.
Bongani.
would men.
Bongani.
Yes, Tilly.
My question is, in marriage, should women prevent?
In marriage.
Yes.
Yes, Mama. Yes, TD. Yes,
Should
until
women
you're ready
prevent?
to conceive.
I need him to answer this.
No.
So you're just
Women
gonna make
prevent.
babies and just make babies and just make babies?
No. Well, generally, the person who decides that he's ready to have a kid is the man.
Ah,
Kia, where's Kia? Yo,
And
Bongani, Bongani,
who's paying the bond? Who's buying the
Bongani,
diapers?
Bongani,
ah.
Bongani.
Yes.
Please applaud me for being so calm today. And 1:20 and it's 1 o'clock. I'm leaving.
No, you are calm today.
Kia, Kia we. Kia tsamaya, Bongani uthobile.
No, a re tsamaye.
Okay.
Bongani uthomile. You know, today, well, from yesterday, I've been so calm because I'm like, ke tlogela ba dramatic. But Bongani uthomile, uqalile. I'm leaving.
I don't understand how he stays so consistent with being exposed. Like,
Yo,
I'm living proof of
okay,
everything I'm
but
talking about.
on a serious note, Bongani, like, do you genuinely believe the things you say?
I'm
He
living proof.
doesn't.
I'm living proof of it.
Bongani, guys.
I did this thing quite a while back.
Hmm?
And I punished that person for 2 years. I didn't give her kids. I was like, you're gonna have kids when I'm ready.
Bongani.
I wish, Bongan, you can get married to someone like me. I will decide when I will conceive. I will make sure I decide on that.
Bongani.
I believe you because the way you say it, I could see that you are you're overconfident, and I believe you. But I'm just saying, in the situation that I was in, I said no. I want to enjoy the sex life before we create a kid, and I made sure I don't give her a kid for 2 years.
How did you do that?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Yes.
Pull up here.
Ay.
I.
Bongani, we. Bongani.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Baby.
Orvane pila, ne?
Yeah. You see the same way you guys how you guys reacted. That's exactly the same way I reacted when people told me this shit worked. I was like, oh, so that thing doesn't work. And then somebody, an older person, I think they were like 58 and I was a bit younger. And he said, whenever people laugh, you shouldn't allow that to get under your skin. Try it, and then if it backfires, then you know. And I said, okay, you know what? I've got nothing to lose. I tried it. For 2 years, it worked. Consistency. So I thought, maybe it was just her, right? And then I decided to try it differently, and it still worked. So,
It's just
so the problem with what I'm talking about is
it's you.
what I'm talking about is the pull-out game is that the only people that can do it the way I'm talking about are people that are disciplined, people with very high moral. Because the minute you get that tingle, you pull out. The problem with most men is the minute they get the first warning over the A, they're like, protect. And that's why they go around saying it doesn't work. But the
I'm
people
sure.
who are
I'm sure that
disciplined, people who are
you.
disciplined, it actually worked. And I tested it. Hence I said 2 years, guys, is not a joke. Living with the person, it's a very long time.
Mina
It worked.
ngibuza wena ukuthi are you sure ukuthi ama-stem zakho a-right?
After 2 years, I decided I'm ready to have a kid, and I had a kid.
Or you have a child?
Yes, I have a child.
Oh, I thought you didn't have.
No, I've got one kid, and I'm not trying, and I'm not trying to have any because I'm
Yeah,
in
didn't
control.
Bongani said he doesn't have?
No, I didn't say
Well,
that.
said he's married with his child.
Yes, I've got one kid in marriage, got her after 2 years, and I'm controlling the situation. I don't have any other kids because I'm in control. So I haven't been doing this for a short while. I've been doing it for 12 years now.
12 years upula out.
And it works. That's why I only have one kid. One day, Kia, you'll see my daughter. She's 11 now. Only one.
Rai, you are serious?
I'm serious.
Bongani.
I'm telling you. She's grown. She's grown. She's going to high school soon. Consistency. That's what I'm saying. People don't tell you the truth and they don't like practice it. I've been doing this for a very long time. I know it works. The problem, it requires discipline. And if abantu abaningi they don't have discipline, once they feel that tingle, they're like, and that's why it doesn't work. And it's not as if none am perfect. There've been moments where I'm like, you know what, Ndula Pagat. I was like, that's another 5K bill every month plus other expenses. And I was like, no, I'm not having that. So it takes strong disciplines. Strong discipline. But then again, people will say it doesn't work. It's because people don't have the proper discipline. Anyway, you guys continue with your drugs. I mean, my system works. I'm on having kids probably 2 years from now. I'm not trying to have a lot of kids. These things are expensive.
Guys, don't if when I smart because you're still going there, don't let your man preach like Bongani to Utoima Wasab.
I will not.
Hi guys, idlala amaphilisi and good luck God. My side effect masina 55. My pancreas. Hey. Guys, as human beings, we are not supposed to be taking all these drugs. You guys know this deep down. You know I'm telling the truth.
We know. We do it. Okay.
So let's stop doing this to ourselves, to our bodies.
We are well aware, Bongani. Hence, we're currently doing other alternatives of preventing that.
No, as long as you know, when I Kia, you should be in safe hands. White man moves differently. When I smile, hey, good luck.
I'm going for a Muslim guy.
The dating pool is a problem.
I'm going for a Muslim guy.
Muslims.
I've never had any stories about them. Like, so I don't
You
understand.
must meet Tay.
ama cover up ngoba uhlezi uphosta kanje hayi
Njani?
sazoba khona ama-restrictions amaningi nje la kwena
And now Saja Bacon.
no bacon,
Saja Bacon, sis.
no weaves, natural hair.
And now Sadira Manala ke haram.
Haram. And you pray how many times, Kia?
And like every hour, I don't know.
5 times a day. So good luck, eh?
Now na di right kwa.
Good luck.
Ah,
Kia?
today I don't want. Every day.
But Usma has brothers. They'll find a significant other.
No, there's another thing behind is that my brothers still feel like I'm young. You know what? What's the gap between me and my nieces? Because i-granddaughter kamama yokuqala igap yethu 4 years. My
Who's that
mother
one saying, oh,
birthday.
who's that?
No, I was yawning. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Hey.
So
Tomorrow is Sunday. Oh, we all...
they feel like I'm young.
Nah, 29, you're not young.
That's how they feel like.
You
Even
look
Kia,
like you're young.
even Kia is young. Kia, you are 22, 26, ne? Kia.
Bruh, I'm 28. What do you mean? You think I'm young?
I thought you were younger than 28. Okay, so 28 and 29.
I'm a child.
Okay, I know. That's cool, Lila, ne?
Turning 30 next year.
Kia's turning 29. So guys, come on, let's start having kids now. We're not getting
For
young.
who? Having kids for who? For you?
I mean,
I'm asking, having kids for who? If you're saying I have kids for who? Who's gonna bathe their child? Who's gonna nurture their child? Who's gonna give their child the warmth and the care that they need? Me.
now there's a lot of people on your inbox. Come on now.
So you think I haven't been browsing through my inboxes and I haven't seen the potential significant other
I
by this
think
time?
I think you're
TikTok or
peaking.
how, my dear?
I think you're peaking.
TikTok, they're gonna better you heist. Don't
Aye, shame.
Here, it's not like you don't have inboxes. People inboxing you.
I Bonganiwe, I turned off my inboxes. My
Since when?
I
Thank
only
you.
get inboxes from people I follow back. They
Oh,
don't follow me.
because you haven't responded to mine.
I didn't see it.
Cap. You saw it. You like this one.
I swear, I didn't see a new message from you.
No, because I didn't send one. I was just pulling your leg.
Okay. You're a liar.
I generally don't inbox
Baby
people. I
mamas.
just forward lives. Yeah, I'm not that guy.
You fear being the next baby mama.
Who? Oh, you guys fear being baby mama.
The next baby mama.
Hey
Next.
guys,
You don't fear ukudliwa. Ufear baby mama. Ufika kanjani baby mama? You don't fear getting laid.
she's no longer a virgin. That's why she doesn't fear
Oh, you just fear the consequences of
she fears the consequence.
ukopanele bongani arana my pull up game jiki jiki awusajuna di live usma uphi lenja
Yeah, lenja ubongani.
It was like, okay, Ubongane is too, is extraordinary. Let me leave, guys.
no honestly like you're literally frying us at 2 a.m. at 1 a.m.
But when I hear you shouldn't be surprised. I mean, I've always been this guy. Like, I don't know. I don't think I should say this, but I'll say it. I think, when I was younger, my mom's sister was exposed to this 3-liter thing. and we got to see her, how it affected her. And I think for me, that thing stuck with me. So ever since then, I've just strived to be healthy and not get this thing, and hold people accountable.
Bongani,
Like
I
I'm
think
very particular when it comes to that thing.
I think it comes with a lot of courage to trust. Like trusting a person is courage. Unless you're big.
I don't trust anyone. Me, we will test by Bangla. I'll pay for that
No,
thing.
Mamela, you've tested. Ukopane le Kia, le testile, ne? All is good and well, right? And then Kia, maybe le kwatelane or le tenane or whatever, or ubile le shoulder to cry on. Something unforeseen just happens. She goes and steals herself le tea. Just once, ne? Maybe it was 3 months before you go for your next testing. Between her timely tea, the CD, what cells ke tsona CD le di a deplete. Virus e busy ya launch ka mo system and she's launching it in your system as well. By the time you go test, you are both surprised. Kid is sorry. There's nothing you're going to do. You understand? 6 months is a
Yeah,
long time.
but I think if um if that was the case, probably I would have gotten it by now. And the
You
reason why I
don't
said that is
know.
no. I mean, I test every 6 months.
I'm
What's my
saying
point?
you don't know if it's gonna happen next year or next month. You don't
No,
know.
but the thing is this. The thing is this. If me and you are dating, right, and me and you get into an argument, and I feel some type of way, or I sense some type of way, if me and you fix things, we get back together. Hey, Baba, we're not doing brown dash. That's how I'm finicky about this thing. Because I know when people get into disagreements, there's an element of resentment and unresolved feelings, or you didn't do or you didn't apologize the way I wanted to, or whatever. Like, I've got trust issues, guys. I don't play with law department. And I
Trust
think that's
issues when you go raw. Hey.
no. Why would I go raw if I I feel some type of way that you haven't really forgiven me?
Even if Ish, one stress, but to each their own. Your health is your responsibility after all.
Exactly.
So
So
you trusting another person with your health like that is scary for someone who has trust issues. It's scary. But by the
yes,
way,
but what's the alternative? Lama
there's a bi
pilicin. Lama
there's a
pilicin now.
there's a biannual shot that's gonna be introduced, right? They give you a shot and 4 pills. 2 you take them on the day you get the shot, and then 2 the next day, and then you only ever have to visit them again up to 6 months.
No way.
Ah,
Side
really?
effects.
Yeah,
Side effects. I
yeah.
I'm going for them.
you can miss me.
So
Side effects.
anything to not get love.
Yeah, yeah, guys.
Uh,
Side effects.
side
Side
effect.
effects. Hi, yeah, guys. That's another slow poison. It's like you guys know for a fact that Lenitatai, it's killing you, but you still use the word protection.
Bongani, you were vaccinated as a child. You were exposed to this herpes virus before you could get it from the environment. It was chemically introduced into your body so that your body can withstand it. Wa e
Yeah, but
tlhaloga
those vaccine had the 8 year to 10 year approval. They were stamped.
Okay. I hear you, Bab Dumagute. But yeah, no, you are brave. Yeah,
Ah, you have to. In 2025, you have to.
you are brave.
But I'm presuming all of us have survived these 3 letter words. So clearly, I'm not the only one. You guys have survived as well.
Now I'm a virgin.
Ah,
Hey, you pulled that for 12 years. I'm a virgin. What are you arguing?
good night, ma. It is after 1. It's
Yeah,
Katsabalong.
yeah. How Robert doing, guys? Hey, Robolela Tat. Yeah.
It was a good chat though. Good ending. Uti is already sleeping.
He is.
Oh.
Anyways, Nido.
Night, Nike. Night.